Ladies with gentle hands, welcome to episode 16 of the Trophy Hoarders podcast. I am Leon and I'm joined today, as always, by the beautiful Chris. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, mate. How you doing?
Up it. I'm doing all right, mate. Surviving, as they say. I noticed we're both wearing Adidas again this week.
Always
Are
got to
they going to be
rep it,
giving
mate.
us a sponsor?
Hopefully
Are we
soon.
going to get a sponsor anytime
Them are
soon?
Under Armour. That's what I'm rocking.
Yeah, to be fair, I do like Under Armour. It's quite understated.
Hey,
In the
underrated.
name.
Under Armour.
Underrated. Yeah, well. I'll tell you what isn't underrated though, is the game we played for the video game book club this week.
Nah,
Just
it
jump
was
straight into it.
might be overrated because the reviews got me excited, and oh mate, it was just a bad time. I did not enjoy my time with it at all. I think also I went into
No,
it with really high hopes, which might made it worse potentially.
I I feel like I am probably the best hype man, but I'm hyping up the wrong things
Mm-hmm.
because I came into it with so much energy and I was like, yeah, this has to be good. Like I'm onto something.
I'm on a winner.
Let's discuss.
Well, how long did you last? First off.
Just under. Oh, I thought that I played for about an hour, but the PlayStation tracking said under 1 hour. So I don't know if I was very close to it or if it's a little bit inaccurate. But I managed to get through the tutorial. Took me quite a while, in all honesty, maybe about 10, 15 minutes.
Damn.
Like if you failed, it like jumped you backwards.
Mate, I had to
Um,
tap out for the tutorial. I was like, this is too boring. It's taking too
it
long. I
was
was like, I'll
awful.
just learn on the fly, which was
Yeah.
a mistake.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The tutorial didn't really do much either because when I got into a game, I lost both of them. The second one, I actually just deleted the app. I just like hard closed it and
I
deleted it.
actually
So I was
still
like,
need to delete
I,
it.
I'm so bad. But yeah, but Blood Bowl 3 was not the experience that I was hoping we were gonna have. So
Very in depth, very complicated. Also, very unfair to the point. I thought it would be like funny when I get fucked over. I'm like,
mm,
let's do this. Obviously, I knew a little bit about the game going in. I was like, it'll be
yeah.
funny. I'll take it in good stride. No, it just pissed me off. I was like, I'm not built for this kind of game. Uh,
I mean, the one of the good things is the commentators, like they are quite funny when they're talking about the game and like if you're
I don't
getting
really remember the
absolutely battered.
commentators. I remember
Yeah,
the intro cinematic was really cool. Where it's like the wee
mm,
guy hyping himself up. They said I was too
yeah.
small. I'd never make it. And he's like walking out onto the big stage and then just gets ragdolled, launched a bit. Mate, it gave me a good laugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I played Blood Bowl 2 like years ago on my laptop, and I do honestly think that some games are probably better suited for PCs like mouse and
Mm.
keyboard. I'd say probably the same with Baldur's Gate as well. Obviously, we're not here to talk about that, but I feel like that, as good as that is, probably plays a lot better on PC just using a mouse and keyboard. I know you could probably use a console, but that's beside mouse and keyboard on a console, but besides the point. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Blood Bowl that you need to do and to move and to I, I don't know, just a controller feels a bit wrong. Like even like Football Manager, it's like it just
Mm.
feels a bit wrong, doesn't it?
Oh,
To an
like
extent.
Civilization. It's like it's a
Yeah,
keyboard and mouse. Like you shouldn't be using a controller.
yeah, and I'm sure I think there's two variables here. I think we probably played it on the wrong platform, and then the second one is it's not very sort of user or entry
Nah,
friendly
it's not like noob
for somebody
friendly.
new to the
Another
yeah,
thing, which was skipped by the way, which we pulled up with the other Warhammer game, was you need to create like some account to play online. Because I remember we
you
were like,
do.
oh, you might be able to play online. We could like maybe play online against each other, do like a wee stream or something. And then I booted it up
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I'm not signing up for another fucking Warhammer account. Fuck that.
Yeah, so with that thing though, by clicking offline, did you manage to get to the campaign? Because when I clicked offline and not making an account, I couldn't like the UI interface was so confusing, so I ended up making an account and then it would like show me the campaign and stuff.
Yeah, no, I found the campaign, but I had to like create my own team, and I was like, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but like creating a
That
team. I was like, what the fuck is
yeah,
this?
that was the other thing as well. It's like surely if you're in the campaign, I don't know, it would let you pick your team at the start of the campaign, not having to go create a team to then go back into it. I was like, I don't know, two experienced Blood Bowl players, they're probably like, oh yeah, it's common knowledge, but yeah, not very entry level
Nah.
noob friendly.
Although I always thought it was
Um,
kind of because I just skipped the tutorial. I'd missed out on a lot of stuff, but you actually
oh
played it
no,
and
no, no.
it didn't help.
Yeah, I played it, and I didn't. I think the problem is that I didn't really understand what I was doing in the tutorial either. Is the
Hmm.
thing. I mean, to be fair, I definitely think it's a skill issue and just me being a bit of a dum dum because I don't know. I feel like you need to use your brain a little bit with uh, what was it like dice playing games, like whatever you want to,
Yeah.
whatever that genre is, like D&D stuff. Like, I feel like you do actually need to actively be conscious, and I don't know. I was hoping maybe, like I was trying to do things, and I knew in the back of my head there's a chance that if I don't roll a certain number on the dice, something bad's gonna happen. But something bad always happened to me, and I was like,
Hmm.
ah, okay. Like I'm a very much like I'll try and take the risk, and it's like, yeah, it's just not worth it. It doesn't pay off.
Mate, constantly my guy, I would tell him to move like 2 squares, and that was like he'd just knock himself out. And then it's like my turn's
Yeah,
over. Like, I could only move that one guy. I was like, how's that fair? And then there we go. It was like a lizard or something like that I was playing. Oh no, it was rats. I think they're just
yeah,
touchdown,
mate, the rats are
touchdown. I was like,
rapid.
mate, what the fuck?
Yeah, what like race did you select?
Ogres because it had. So when you're like, it's there's like team templates kind of thing,
Yeah,
and it was like difficulty, and that was one of the 1 star teams. So I was like, oh, my team,
gotta be
and
easy. Yeah,
got pumped.
I, w- I went with, is it Dark Elves?
Uh-huh.
I think there were like 3 or 4. I knew it was going to be difficult, but I think that's what I played as when I was younger. I was like, they're pretty good. Conscious, you do have to like level up your team though. I think that's
Oh,
maybe
do
part of
you?
where the issue is just yeah, like you can level up your players, and then like players can die and stuff as well. So you could lose your star player, and you're basically done in if like that person dies for whatever reason or gets in like an injury. So I mean, it is kind of cool, and I guess if you've got a team that you care about, you may not take a risk of doing a specific thing or whatnot. But yeah, I did Dark Elves, and then I realized I was getting absolutely annihilated by the rats, and I was like, right, I'm gonna make a new team. I think are they called Raven or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Or Skaven, whatever the rats are. I was like, right, let me be one of them because I know that they can cover a lot of distance, and I've just been beaten 4-0 by them. And I played against it was rat v rats, and I still got absolutely destroyed. Like my tactic was, I'm going to surround my player with like a box. So like if you imagine like a grid, I would go up to like the top left or top right, put my person like on the like the sideline bit
Mm.
so that like they could get knocked off of the pitch, which is fair enough. But then I was like, every single one of my other players was like stacked and like basically doing a shield. And then what I learned after a couple of times is that the enemies can actually just punch the person that's like protecting the player, and then knock that player out of bounds anyway. And I was like, that is the dumbest thing ever. It's probably a common knowledge, but I was like, I thought I was up here with this big brain idea, just basically, protecting the target, and that was not the vibe.
And I think, mate, the enemy team would take ages to take their move. Like they get like a 2 minute timer, they would take the whole
Yeah,
2 minutes. It's not like see like PGA golf or something like that where you're like right, just skip enemy's turn that just
yeah.
fast forwards and does
I
it.
was
Oh, I'm just
hoping.
sitting there like, oh my god, waiting to play 2 moves,
Yeah,
knock myself out, and then get watch him play for another 2 minutes, and I'm like,
exactly.
who's really having fun here?
Oh, mate, it's just when it comes up with turnover, like I was just so disappointed. I was like,
Hmm.
I don't even know if there's a difficulty rating because like, obviously the
I
first
never
campaign
seen one.
is the easiest, but I was like, that needs to be easier. And I can't wait for the Blood Bowl players to potentially watch this and just laugh at how bad we are. But I don't know, man. I really did want to enjoy it,
Did you
but it's
score?
I don't know. No,
No, I mean
didn't
neither.
score.
I get close. I get right to the line. He was about to score like a wee touchdown, and he just goes wah, like knocked himself out. I was like, oh my god, man.
Uh, I got like maybe a quarter of the way there, and I just needed luck. I needed good dice rolls. Like I needed the opponent to mess up, and it went their way. Lost the ball. They
Mm.
went down the pitch and then pretty much scored within a turn or two. And I was like, "What can you do?
Another thing
What
is,
can you do? You got
I don't really know anything about the NFL. And obviously, it's like American football in the Warhammer
yeah,
universe kind of thing. So I'm like, I wonder if you actually know something about that sport, it would help. Because mate, when I play NFL, all I do is wide receivers, I think they're called. I'm like, you two
mm.
run, and then my wee quarterback's gonna launch it. That's the game plan every time.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably very similar to be fair, but I think in this game, whatever team you select, obviously they do different things, and it's like I don't know how many teams are actually good at the throwing and receiving bit of it. I feel like most of it is like having
I
to
just running it.
run with it. Yeah, but I mean, I assume it's. Mm, I think yeah, it's obviously based on it, but I know there's like, is it 4 downs you get in NFL? So like you have basically 4 chances to move 10 yards up the field, and if you don't, then it gets turned over. So I don't think there was any of that in Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
So very relaxed version, you could say.
S-
Maybe it's like rugby, more like rugby,
mhm. Aye, so
I'd say actually.
what review score are you gonna? Because I'm teeter tottering between 1 and 2.
Should we say it at the same time? I'll do a countdown from 3.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
1.
1.
Mate, I was gonna get a 2, and then I was like, you know what? I just can't. I've gave it too many
Yeah.
twos. I think I've been too generous in the past.
Yeah.
I think I need to be a wee bit
Well,
more ruthless here.
for those wondering on our overall video game book club ranking, that is a combined score of 2, and that is our first F rank of
Ooh.
this series, well not series, but of this ongoing journey, should we say? So
Aye,
that's the first F
experience.
rank. And looking at things, I'm really hoping, mate, that you've got a banger for us this week because a lot of them are pretty much D ranks. There's a couple of C ranks. I'm begging you. I need a win here. I need to like a game
I'm
because
s-
I'm the person that doesn't like anything any week.
I'm stuck between two
So
games. One
2
is a
games.
classic, and one's a newer one. But the classic doesn't have trophies, and I was thinking that might be a nice wee switch up. But also, it's only on
Mm,
premium, so
but we do both have premium.
we
Okay.
do.
Should we do a coin flip for it then? If you want
Aye,
to
if you've got a
say
coin.
the, if you want, I got a coin, nice little a little pound.
Ooh.
If you say game number 1 to me out loud, or
Right.
actually you can say both games, and then we can pick which one's heads or tails.
All right. So we'll do heads, Dino Crisis,
All right. Yep.
tails, Returnal.
Returnal. Oh, that's the is that the RNG
I think it's a
one?
roguelike or something. I don't know. I just seen it came out like a few, was it 5 or 6 years ago? There was like some
Yeah, I'm hoping.
anniversary update or something, and people were saying it was amazing. And I was like, I still need to play that game.
Yeah, it's meant to be good. I don't know if I will like it. I'm hoping. Come on,
You're
Dino
hoping for
Crisis.
Dino Crisis.
Yeah. All right. That was the worst coin flip.
What we got?
Tails.
Tails. Ooh, Returnal it
Tails.
is then.
Yeah.
There we go.
Do you know what? I'm going to stay very hopeful and very positive. This could be a Death Stranding case where I've been too scared to play it and it's actually brilliant. I think it's Returnal that I'm thinking of. Like, I'm pretty sure the platinum trophy for that is like RNG based because the collectibles are like it's just RNG.
I literally know
And
nothing
it's
about the game. I seen a clip of it on Twitter, and it was like a boss fight, and I was like, mate, that looks kind of cool. So I was like, you know what? It was originally going to be
every
Dino Crisis, and then I seen that Twitter clip,
mm,
and I was like, oh, it's between that or Returnal now.
yeah. I mean, everyone that I've seen online speaks very highly of it. So we should hopefully be in for a banger.
Hopefully.
Come back in a fortnight and find out. Maybe it'll be our first A rank or B rank. Who knows?
So, what else? What else you been playing? Then you mentioned Death Stranding.
Yes, sir. Well, it's basically consisted of Death Stranding. I finished off Dead Space.
Oh
I've
yeah,
played.
hmm
I finished off DMC Devil May Cry, the
the
best Devil
best
May Cry game
that you've
that
ever
I've
played.
played. That I've ever played. I played a little bit of Phasmophobia as well.
Ugh.
Shout out to Kat. She one of the members of my channel. I just played a bit and I'm so bad. And she was like, right, it's definitely gonna be this ghost. I was like, thank you, you're a
I
genius.
got you.
Literally, like so yeah, that was fun. Need to jump back on some Phasmophobia. Playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone, in all honesty. I'd say that the off stream, my time has been split between Death Stranding and then Call of Duty Warzone because I'm in love with it again and it's doing things to me, which is very nice. So yeah, Call of Duty Warzone, fantastic. Chef's Kiss, been playing that with you as well. Death Stranding, I think I've got like 2 chapters left of the main game. Obviously, the platinum journey itself that's something, but I'm not really too worried about that. I just want to get through the game. Thoroughly enjoying it so far. Finished Dead Space, completed that on stream. I thought it was kind of mid,
Did you like the
in all
twist
honesty.
that she was
I
spoilers for people that have never played it before? But his wife
Yeah,
was dead the whole time.
yeah. So it was like it may have been like a chapter or two before, and it said like follow a hologram or something, and I was like, hang on a minute. I was like, I thought she was here with us. Like, why on earth is she a hologram? I was like, is she dead or like? I was like, something fishy's going on here.
Mm.
And then yeah, when it happened, I was just like, ah, well, fuck, like it was, I don't know. It, I, I don't want to say I don't understand the game, but I wasn't really following the story. I was kind of just playing it as an action kind of game, action horror in a way. I
Mm.
wasn't really too
I playing
connected
it
to the
like
story.
Resident
Like,
Evil 4,
mm,
same as that.
I don't know. I'd say I followed Resident Evil 4 story a bit more,
Oh, did
sort
you?
of thing. Yeah. Gun to my head. I couldn't tell you what it's about though. No, I'm joking. but but yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like an okay experience, sort of thing. Like I'm glad that I've played it. I think it was good fun. But yeah, I was just like, I don't have that dying urge to like really push for the platinum right now. Like I've not loved it that much. I did love DMC Devil May Cry though. Finished
Ooh.
that one up on stream, and I'm like, I'm actually excited to try that on the harder difficulties and go for that platinum trophy. So yeah, that's been me in a nutshell really. I've not I did pick up one game for like 87p. It was the game that you said last episode not to pick up. Is it Skyfall or something?
Or
Or
Sky Hill.
that one on Sky Hill. Picked it up, and then it was funny because I was listening back to the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, what was that game?" Because we was at that part of the clip, and then you said the game. I go, "Right, let me just get it because he's talking about it, and it sounds interesting." I've paused the video, downloaded it, turned the podcast back on, and literally the next thing you said is, "Don't buy the game. The platinum is unobtainable." And I went, "Shit!" like, I mean, there probably is a workaround, but anyway, I played a bit, or I tried to play a bit of it, and I was like, "Do you know what? He's absolutely right. It sounded so much cooler when he described it on the podcast. Like, but I wanted to see it for myself, and it was like 87p. So yeah, that was my only pickup. Yeah, I want to buy Oblivion, but I said to
Ooh.
myself I'm going to finish Death Stranding first, and then look to do that. But yeah, so many games have come out this past week of recording, and they look so good. But
£50
I need
though
to
for
focus on.
Oblivion. You gonna drop it or you wait for a sale?
Well, I'm hoping by the time I've done what I've got to do with Death Stranding and stuff, I'm hoping maybe it'll go on like maybe a 10% sale or stuff.
Mm.
But I don't know how you do it, but if you buy this isn't a ad or promotion by the way, but I use like shop2.net I think, and it's basically you can just buy your PlayStation vouchers. You can buy a 50 quid one for like 40 or 45. So it's like I hear it Oblivion is 50, but if I'm technically paying 40, then not too fast. I would like a physical edition, but I don't think that exists.
Yeah, they've not got one.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it will happen in the future, but yeah, I know. I'm happy to pay for it because I think I love Skyrim, and I just think that's what I might need as a game, just to be like, I've played Death Stranding. I just want to also be blown away as well.
So,
But
no platinums then?
no platinums, no, I don't.
Mm.
Yeah, not since the last episode. I think the last one was that Intruders hide and seek.
Mm.
So yeah, I've not really. I'm hoping by the next time we jump on, I would have had. I'm starting Terminator, whatever the new Terminator on PS4 or 5 is.
Resistance.
Resistance, yeah. I'm starting that on stream tomorrow, and I think that's a pretty straightforward platinum, maybe like 8 hours. So I'm hoping next week that'll be the next plat. Maybe even the Devil May Cry game as well. But I don't know. I've been in a good place. I've just been enjoying playing games and not really pressuring myself
I'm not
about platinums.
working towards it and just playing games, enjoying them,
Just vibing, just a chill guy, just chilling, playing games,
just having
enjoying
fun.
life as it should be. No stress. What about you, mate? What have you been up to?
I get one platinum. I get SmackDown versus Raw 2010.
Hey, you did it. Nice.
And I was supposed to do a video on it, but it was brutal. See, playing it was not fun. Like, it's one of the ones that took 15 hours to platinum, and in my head I was like, I can smash this out. Because I was off the whole week. I was like, the Monday, Tuesday, like, I can smash this out in the lead up to WrestleMania. But mate, it was just so boring that I ended up spreading it out over like 6, 7 days. And I don't think I got the platinum till after WrestleMania. And I was like, I tried to like start scripting, and I was like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. So I like started like video editing, like getting the clips together first. And then I was like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. But I can't be arsed in the video, man. I've not got the drive to do it.
Do you think if you kind of pre-planned like the recordings of the clips and stuff, like did you have a story like, or was it just you playing it and just clipping it? Like, do you think if you went in and said, right, it's gonna not, I don't want to say theatrical, but like with that prison sim that you're working on, you've gone into that with like an idea and do you know what I mean? Like you know kind of what you're doing. Like
It's
if you
just
went into WWE, do you
it's
think it would have been
very
easier?
repetitive. Is the thing with it. So see, when it comes to like script writing, it's like I don't know how you make this a
Did
good
this?
video kind of thing, because it's Road to WrestleMania, so it was I think either 5 or 6 playthroughs of that, which is just like the same kind of shit. Career mode,
Yep.
and then it's like grinding a training checklist, and it's like winning the Royal Rumble from like first, which was like easy because there's no like difficulty hang on it. So it was just not interesting at all.
Irish whip him out the ring, right?
Aye,
I'm pretty sure
just a
that's
wee
it.
Irish
Yeah.
whip. So I've done that. Played a bunch of Black Ops 6. I've still been playing that. I've got the option to Prestige. I hit level 55 in 6 hours, which I feel like is very good
Damn,
going.
girl.
Because I remember back in the
Nice.
day, like MW2, it was like 24 hours playtime usually to get like Prestige.
Was it
Maybe
that
that was just
long?
me. Maybe I
Wow.
was just shit. But mate, it's weird because they've got like the battle pass, the event. I can't mind what it's called. Resistance or something. No, not Resistance.
Oh, what for the John Black Ops skin,
Yeah.
that event?
But mate,
Yeah.
they've got score streaks and perks as like rewards, which is like mad to me. I'm like, why the fuck are like these hidden behind an event?
Yeah, it is weird. And I mean it's like I guess it started with weapons, didn't it? And then they've for some reason done it to perks as well. But I I can't recall if they did it on Modern Warfare 3 or if it was just I think it was just Black Ops they started doing the perk thing.
So that's like a
I'm
new
only
thing
saying
they've
that,
started.
yeah. Because it matters for Warzone because if a perk comes in that's quite good, obviously it carries over to Warzone. So it's like if you miss the event, you then need to go through the challenges, the armory, the legacy. Like there is a way to get it, but obviously it's a bit convoluted.
It's just a big grind.
Um,
Mate, speaking of grind,
yeah.
I seen that
Mm.
SWAT gun was like the gun to be using. So I was like,
Oh
right.
yeah.
I looked up a guide like, or like a YouTube video, and it was like, you need the conversion to make it fully auto. And I just assumed I need to grind this to like max level. So mate, I'm playing Black Ops 6 with the shittest gun. It's like three round bursts to kill somebody. That's how bad it is. And I'm like, oh mate, just grinding it double weapon XP on. I'm like, I'm gonna get this eventually. I'm gonna get this eventually. And then I realised when I was right at it about to unlock it on the battle pass, I was like, oh, this conversion's in the battle pass, not something you level up through the weapon. And I was like, I've just wasted so much time using this shit
Yeah.
gun, which I wish I knew beforehand, but it's just
Well, at
skill
least
issue.
it's all leveled up now. So when you when you put that conversion kit on to make it fully auto, at least you've not got a level 1 gun with no other attachments. Do you know what I mean? So silver linings there.
Aye.
Yeah, it's a good gun to be fair. I like it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's particularly meta, but it's definitely up there with a viable weapon. Nice little throwback to the original Warzone with the looking like the growl, which is pretty cool.
So I've been
Nice little
playing
touch.
Black Ops 6 online, Warzone with you, getting those casual wins in.
Oh yeah.
And then that's most like I got Undisputed, the boxing game, which I think we spoke about it on the podcast. I'm pretty sure we did. I was gonna buy it when it was coming out. I was actually like pure hyped for it, and then I seen the reviews and people talking about it, and they were like, "Nah, it's
Yeah.
bad. Like there's basic stuff in it, like clinching isn't in it." And I was like, "What the fuck?" But mate, on sale, £21. I was like, you know what? It's not gonna go cheaper than that. I need a boxing game, so I bought it, and it lacks polish, is the best way to describe it. But there's so
Which
mate,
is crazy in 2025.
mate, like commentary is so annoying. Like they constantly repeat the same stuff. Like mate, I won the first round, a 12-round fight, and what's my wee guy's nickname? Ice Cold. And they're like, Ice Cold really needs a knockout to win this. And I'm like, mate, I still got another 11 rounds and I just won that one. Like, what are you talking about? Or else, like, the ring announcer, see when you come in. So my wee guy's wearing white shorts with like a blue trim. And he goes, and Ice Cold wearing the red trunks with the red trim. And I'm like, is this motherfucker colourblind or something? What the fuck's going on? I mate, the commentators are fucking just horrible. It's also weird as well. See, I think I wrote it down somewhere. Let's see the fighters they've got. Like they've got Connor Ben, but no Eubank. I think Nigel Ben's in it as well. And Senior, Chris Eubank Senior isn't in it. They've got Tyson Fury, no AJ. They've got Katie Taylor, but no Amanda Serrano. And they've got Usyk, but no Daniel Dubois. So it's like weird. And also, the thing is...
Did you say AJ? Is it...
Anthony Joshua. They've not got him. He's not in the game.
Do you think it will just be a DLC thing? Surely that sounds like they'll be put behind a paywall.
You can get Jake Paul as a DLC fighter.
Oh, wow. Must see, is he like the highest rated in the game?
Mate, it's one of the lowest rated, actually. I thought it was pretty funny.
What's the point in buying it?
But it's one of the ones where it's like, mate, there's such an easy fix because it's the same thing WWE and Fight Night do, where it's you can create your own wee fighters and then like, upload them to the cloud. So it's like you create like the perfect Floyd Mayweather, and I can just download your version, and that's a way for like the game to get run paying like would it be like a licensing fee to the fighter kind of thing? That's like a wee workaround that they could do.
Yeah.
But you can't like upload or download the create boxers.
Is it EA that make it? Is it an EA game?
No, it's like Sin City Interactive or something like that. I can't mind who made the game. Nah, if it was EA, it would be a lot better.
EA. No, well, I mean, when you was talking about it, I was like, oh, this just sounds like an EA game, especially with the commentary and like, do you know what I mean? Just like the same things. Like, I don't play FIFA with the game sound on because I'm just like, firstly, the music is pretty shit now, and secondly, that the commentary is just god awful. So I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather just listen to something else.
You know what music's annoying? The Black Ops 6 menu music.
Don't you dare say that.
Rain in the fire, rain in the fire.
Oh, mate.
See, every time she says that, Shug, my dog, by the way, people that don't know, gets up and he's like, what the fuck? Mate, there's something about the way she says it. He just, like, gets up and he's like, what the fuck?
So what
he will wake up from a cold sleep.
Your dog doesn't like it. Doesn't mean that you can't like it, mate. That, honestly, that Black Ops main menu theme is one of the best things I've heard in ages for a Call of Duty theme.
Nah, I feel like a Call of Duty theme should, see, because you're hearing it so many times. Like, I think like classic Black Ops 1, where it's like no lyrics, no words spoke. So it's like it doesn't get as repetitive kind of thing when there's no words, if that makes sense.
Did you know that Hans Zimmer did the Modern Warfare 2 soundtrack?
I've heard the name Hans Zimmer, but I don't actually know who it is. Is that the guy that done Star Wars as well?
I don't know about Star Wars. He's massive. Like, he's worked with Christopher Nolan on a lot of things. Like, he's like probably one of the best music producer or music, I don't know what composer, whatever you want to call him. Like, he's one of the best for movies. Like, if you want a blockbuster movie, Hans Zimmer's probably written the score for it. And I just find it nuts that he's done a score for Call of Duty. Like, that just blows my mind. I'm like, the fuck, like, you could go, because like they do like tours of like the music he's composed and stuff, and I'm just thinking, is Buddy going to be blasting out a bit of Modern Warfare 2 while he's just come off the back of doing Interstellar? Like, what's he doing? But yeah, just a fun fact.
Hey, but there's like a bunch of issues with the game, and it's like polish, it's like wee things that need fixed kind of thing. Like, mate, that's annoying. Knockdown animations, there's like 4 or 5, and they just keep repeating. And it's so annoying. See, versus like a ragdoll mechanic, where they just kind of go limp, and the mouthpiece goes flying like 8 out of 10 times, and that's on a knockdown, not even a knockout. The wee mouthpiece goes flying, and I'm like, it was cool in UFC 2009 because it was like kind of rare. It was like maybe 2 out of 10 knockouts. You would see it, but that's, mate, I see it constantly, like multiple times during a fight.
I was gonna say, like, I can't say I like watching boxing, but I'm not your sort of die-hard fan, if that makes sense. I don't think I've ever seen a mouthpiece come out. In all honesty, I mean, it makes sense that they wear mouthpieces, but I never really put much thought. I know they do in UFC because they've got like all of the cool
like designs,
patterns and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, in UFC, I feel like maybe once I may have seen it in an actual fight, just something fly out. But in boxing, never. I mean, you don't really see knockouts, do you, in modern boxing?
I think somebody spat their mouthpiece out to get like time. I think that was in a boxing fight.
Oh, really?
Might be UFC, but it was like
they have to get it back in.
Aye, because then they're like, whoa, stop, get your mouthpiece back in. So you just gave them like a couple of seconds.
Oh mate, that's not actually you probably get docked points for that, would you not?
I don't
I
know.
guess if it's
Mate, it might be a UFC fight I've got it
interesting,
mixed up with, but I've definitely seen it happen before. Where it's like, oh, my mouthpiece
good
just
way to
came
watch
out. Give me
stuff.
a minute. Um,
Fair. Respectable.
the controls are similar to Fight Night, which is good. But I was kind of enjoying it, but I've started getting more issues. Like, just randomly, I'm getting frame rate issues in, like, mid fight.
Oh,
So it's just, like, tanking and then coming straight back. And I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
That's
I'm
not
like, is it
good.
only in, like, specific arenas that this is happening? And also, my career mode's bugged. So I need to start all over again, which is mad fucking annoying. Because I was playing it on normal difficulty, so it was, like, not like a pure hard challenge, but like no, like a cakewalk kind of thing. And there's a
Mm,
trophy for going 51-0, and I'm at like
right.
I'm doing it the proper way boxers do it, where I'm beating up on cans for like 90% of my career. So I think I'm at 38 fights. I think last time I seen it. But mate, anyway, I've won the world title. So boxing, there's like 4 world titles. But I think Terence Crawford is the champion, and he's got 4 of them. So I've beat him for the champion, and then it just goes to a black screen. And I can hear like the
Oh,
menu music and everything, but I can't do anything. So then I was like, right, cool, close the app, opened it again, and then it's like me in the training camp for that fight. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, I need to do this again. Beat him again, exact same thing happened. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm like, do I lose the
that's
fight
so weird.
and see if that fixes it? Because I'm wondering if it's because he's got all the belts that's kind of fucked it up or something. I don't have a clue what's
Yeah.
going on. But I need to
I mean,
restart my entire career.
what happens when you win all the belts anyway? Does the game just end, or do you have to start defending
No,
again?
you defend them. Because
Oh,
there's a
right. Yeah,
trophy
that
for
is.
winning a belt, which I've got, that popped.
Yeah.
And then there's a trophy for winning all 4 belts, which hasn't popped, even though I beat the guy that's got all 4. So I'm like,
How does the save system work? Is there like multiple saves, or is it just like FIFA, where it's just
I think
one
it's just
save that
one
you can go?
save.
That's
So
annoying. Oh, mate. You would have thought, because the game's been out. When did it come out? Last year,
let's
I think. End of
September,
last year.
October, around about then.
You would think that it would have been patched and all of these things you've mentioned would have been fixed. Obviously, not necessarily the commentary and whatnot, but the frame rates and even that. That's so weird.
So I'm in a
Are
weird
you
spot where I don't know what I'm going to do with the career mode.
do you are you enjoying it enough to read? Like, are you going for the platinum? I think is probably the
Mm,
better question.
yeah, I'm going to go for
Yeah.
a platinum. So
Mm.
it's like now I'm probably just going to have to put it, instead of enjoying it the way it should be, I'm going to have to just put it on the easiest difficulty and just like spark
Mindlessly.
every cunt just instantly and just
Yeah.
climb as fast as I can.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I don't know. Well, at least you can listen to the Trophy Hoarders podcast when you're doing that
Keep
mindless
me some
grinding.
company whilst I grind it out.
But mate, because it's a game that I want to get, and I know when you mentioned it, like that deal got wiped from Amazon, because I was like, it's one of those things where I would generally pick it up for about 20 quid. Do you think it's fair that, like, despite all of the things that have happened, do you feel like it's 20 quid,
Mm.
like,
Right, I would
not
say
too fast?
when I was like taking notes, I was like £30 max is like what I would
Mm,
spend on it. If I
yeah,
bought that £70 at launch, I would be fucking fuming. I'd be raging. But I'm like, mate, it's £21. Like,
yeah.
is what it is.
Well, moral of the story, everybody: don't buy a game when it first comes out. Wait for it
Aye,
to
be patient.
go into sale and maybe be patched. I feel like there's some games though that you would probably buy day one, like what FIFA, COD, GTA,
Battlefield.
Battlefield. Yeah,
I think
but
what else? Mafia. Mafia's a day one purchase. Mafia Old
do you
Country.
think?
Yeah, I need to. So
Well, hopefully that'll be good.
I bought Undisputed. I said I was going to stop buying games, but I bought games. Bought Undisputed. I bought The Thing Deluxe Edition. I pre-ordered that. I think it comes out June or July. £42 on Amazon. And then Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, which is the VR game. Batman Arkham VR. And Jagged Alliance Rage, which I think is meant to be kind of like Commandos, Warmongrels, that kind of games that I was enjoying. I mean, that the last 3 were £10 in the PlayStation sale. So I was like, you know what, payday, I'll treat
Altogether,
myself. Aye, altogether, only
decent.
£10.
How you been getting on with the VR? Is it in the cupboard? Yeah,
Still in the
or whatever.
cupboard. I've still not pulled it out. I'm gonna
Uh,
just for a little weekend pull it out and enjoy it. I'm off Monday, so I might do it this weekend. Play some VR.
yeah, good old bank holiday.
Yeah. But that's pretty much me. Games playing, games bought.
Yeah.
Not being as
Yeah, I was
busy
just
as what I thought I would have been, to be honest. See, in hindsight.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I feel like we've probably actually had one normal week
Mm-hmm.
in the Trophy Hoarders podcast universe because I just feel like we're constantly moving at a million miles an hour doing loads of things. Like, so I feel like this is probably what normal should look like
Mm-hmm.
because like some weeks we've had like a stupid amount of platinum trophies and like a stupid amount of get like, do you know what I mean? Just craziness. So maybe this is normal. So let's not, let's just accept it, enjoy it,
Mate,
enjoy the peace and quiet.
I'm hoping to pick back up on it, on the platinums. Because I'm too lazy to be doing videos at the minute. I've just not got the fucking like drive. So I'm gonna start doing some streaming. Aye. Do some streaming. Mate, I've got the stream deck, I've got stuff set up. I've got my intro music for the stream as well.
Oh, hello.
So I've pieces are coming together. I'm hoping Monday I might start. But I don't want to put any promises out because I said I would. I think last episode I was like, by the time you're watching this, the WWE video will definitely be out, so go check it. And that never happened.
Wasn't it one of your New Year's resolutions as well, just to get a video out? No, like
a video a month,
even
and
if it's
also
shit.
stop cancelling videos.
Yeah.
I've cancelled the WWE one, the Alone in the Dark, and I've still not got Prison Sim out yet.
I've got a video for you, right? At the end of the year, the video is just every video I cancelled this year, and you just kind of talk about it, and then like make a bit of it, and just show like not how bad, but like this is the reason why it never came to life because look how flat it is, for instance, where it just didn't work. Like I feel like that could be a funny.
See, if you told me that like a week ago, I could have done it. But I deleted the footage for Alone in the Dark. Everything's gone. Mate, it was like 250 gigs it was taking up, and I was like, dude, gone.
Brother, what on earth are you recording in? 12K.
I record it on OBS, and then I'll record it on the AverMedia. So it's like I've got it me with the webcam on, and then I've got a different version with the webcam. So there's always like two versions. So see if it gets into like a pure cinematic scene, and I don't want my face on it, then I've got it.
You are a professional YouTuber. I literally just use Replay Buffer on OBS, and it's literally me and the gameplay. That's it. Like pure, unless I've got a clip from the PlayStation directly that I've saved. But yeah, I don't do that.
But aye, so hopefully maybe some streams coming up.
That would be good. Start the bank holiday right.
Yeah.
Everyone hung over in bed. A little bit of Castromo to turn on, perk everyone up, buzzing. What are you gonna do? Last of Us 2? Or...
I've got a few games in mind. I haven't got my fucking notepad in here. I bought like a wee revision pad thing for Tesco's, and mate, it is class. What? See, just for taking notes, mate. One of these wee bad boys. Just like a wee tiny thing.
Oh, cue card.
Aye, so it's called a revision pad, but I ripped the front of it off. So mate, it's just handy. I don't know where I'll... This is fantastic radio podcast. Me looking for paper. Oh, there you go. I've got like a list of games that I could do. I just need the thumbnails.
Mate, out of interest, was that bit of paper just floating? Like, how have you just put, like, you can't find the piece of paper, then you just, out of nowhere, you just go, oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Like, did the dog bring it over on a plate for you?
I've got it in my... Oh, mate, I bought this. I can't even show you it, but it's a game changer. I don't know if you've got them. Oh, you do? It's like the wee shoe boxes behind you. Mate, see for like organising. I bought one of them. It's class. I didn't even think I had that many shoes, but I've got 10. Just in the wee boxes.
Yeah,
fucking class.
They're quite expensive. I don't know about you, but the ones I got are quite expensive. It's like maybe like 30 or 40 quid for free.
No, mine was £24 on Amazon for 12.
12, mate. I'm getting absolutely robbed.
Mate,
I mean, I'm assuming yours like stack in. I don't know. I feel like yours are probably the same. They all come from the same factory, more or less, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like mine's a decent like acrylic, like plastic on it. Yeah, no. I've got some stuff in boxes, and I've got like a kind of like a bookshelf to the left of me that nobody can ever see, but it's got like shoes out on display. Do you know how people do that? And then like some books and games and stuff.
I'm not a big shoe guy, but so I've got my wee notes. A stream, mate. Last of Us 2, Alpha Protocol, Wolfenstein 2, Splinter Cell, The Bureau XCOM. That's one I might do. See, a video like the Forgotten XCOM, because that's like the third-person shooter XCOM game.
That'd be good. I do
Medal
want
of
to see
Honor.
some
Mate, there's a
Splinter
bunch
Cell.
of shit. Metal Gear Solid 2 is the one that I'm thinking about doing the most right now. So you just doing like a wee story playthrough. I
Yeah.
think that's leading the charge. But one of the games, Chronicles of Riddick, with a big bad Vin Diesel in it.
Mm-hmm.
We Celebrity.
I know, it's a game that you brought for me in the mystery box and I've not yet had the chance of playing. I feel like this is going to unravel a conversation about celebrities in video games, because that is arguably, from what you've told me, one of the best movie tie-ins, but obviously it has a celebrity in. I'm just curious to think, how many good games are there where like a celebrity, or should we say an actor, probably for the better part, has transferred their self over via mocap into a game and it's actually done well, or however you want to phrase it.
I know voice acting, like Ray Liotta. He is Tommy Vercetti in Vice City. And I think GTA's got like a bunch of them, see, especially like 4, like 5. Like 4 and everything before that had like a bunch of celebrities in it and stuff like that. But I'm just can't remember them off the top of my head. Bash Ritten's in it. I remember that. Opie and Anthony. They were in it. They were like radio hosts. Mate, GTA's had honors. I think Danny Dyer's in one of the GTA games. I could be wrong on it.
Yeah, he is. He is. Because I've seen a clip of him talking about it, and I went, "What? Danny Dyer's in?"
Yeah, mate, I can't remember.
Was it GTA 3?
It might be 3.
Or was it 2?
I think it's something to do with Love Fist, the band. I think it's something to do with that.
Yeah.
Danny Dyer's.
I was going to say
San Andreas.
knowledge...
I think it's San Andreas.
Was it San Andreas? I was going to say my GTA knowledge is a bit rusty, in all honesty. I can talk to you about Call of Duty for celebrities, though.
Ooh, who you got? Nicki Minaj.
Well, I think we should probably state the obvious first of, with a lot of online games, Fortnite and probably Call of Duty, that have like not pay to win, but like you can buy the skins and weapons and operators and things like that. There's so many, like there's pretty much, if you think of a celebrity, they're probably in the game. Like Eminem's in Fortnite, do you know what I mean? Like Messi's in COD, like 21 Savage, Nicki Minaj, they're in Call of Duty as well.
Rick Grimes, he's in both.
Yeah, Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes, Norman Reedus, Daryl Dixon. I think Michonne's it. Like, they have everything there, but obviously that's just an operator skin. In Call of Duty, the geezer that plays Jon Snow, Kit Harington, he's like the main bad guy in Infinite Warfare. You've also got a bit of Conor McGregor.
Yeah, he's like the wee sidekick. He like punches you.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey was in Advanced Warfare.
Before he was a bad guy in real life, or outed as a bad guy in real life.
I was going to say, I don't know anything really about that. I just know that he's obviously not on the good side of it. But like, isn't it now a case of him trying to rebuild his image? Because was he found innocent, or like I don't know what's happened.
I don't know.
Probably shouldn't speak on.
It's probably one we skip. The last thing I heard he was like sexually assaulting people.
Oh, was it?
And then he came out as gay, is like his excuse. Like, guys, stop it, I'm gay, right? And it's like,
wow, okay.
Don't think you can just go around grabbing fucking wee guys' dicks though. So I think he also blamed it on his dad as well. I could be wrong.
Oh, one of those. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, all right.
I don't
I was
move on
I don't
for
know
that
the
quickly.
Fantastic
actor, horrible person.
Never seen him in anything.
Oh mate,
he's Advanced Warfare.
Usual Suspects. You need to watch that. I can't even tell you anything about it, but it's a fucking great movie.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't watch it as a protest though.
Mate, he was amazing in House of Cards. Kevin
that's
Spacey.
One thing I've never seen. It's quite well regarded, isn't it?
I mean, there's no point in watching it now, but mate, it just when all the allegations came out, they get rid of him, and then it's like they made his wife the president, and it just went right down.
Well. Anyway, rip. F's in the chat. Ice Cube was in Black Ops. If you didn't know, in the very first mission when you're in the bar in Black Ops 1, in the bar in Cuba. And this is from a source, actually, and a little screenshot I saw from a website. He's just sitting to the left of you at the bar as well, which is pretty cool. You've got Gary Oldman as well, quite a well-respected actor. He's Reznov in sort of throughout Black Ops, and is Reznov in World at War?
Well, I've never played the game, but I think he's right at the very end.
Yeah, so I was going to say, obviously, Gary Oldman's quite a decent actor, you could say, and I was quite shocked to find out that he played Reznov because I was like, that's very cool that you've done that with your voice. I didn't know you could do that.
You've got
Like you said.
range. Well done.
Yeah, you've got range, broski. I have got a few more games that I've played, but what about yourself? Have you actually played like consciously and you've seen a celebrity in a video game?
So,
If that makes sense.
so I was thinking about this when I was in work. I was like, what celebrities have I seen in games? And there was one, I didn't know he was a celebrity at the time, but there's a game, True Crime New York City. I loved it when I was a kid. And there's a part you're in a mental asylum, and there's this wee black guy that looks weird as shit, who is Affy's nut. And I thought he was the funniest thing ever. Then another 12 years later, something like that, come to find out that was the man, the myth, the legend, Beetlejuice, that was in True Crime New York City. And I only discovered him through like TikToks, him thinking that the fruit orange is red in colour, and 3 plus 3 equals 67, or whatever else he comes up with.
Beetlejuice is in a video game.
True Crime New York City. Same as Snoop Dogg, and there's somebody else that's in True Crime Streets of LA, or it's just True Crime LA. But that one had a few celebrities in it as well.
I'm actually shocked by Beetlejuice because like he just appeared as a meme just on like that game show thing, and I was just like, he was in a game as well. That's actually mind-boggling. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, fair play to the geezer. He is hilarious, but like I'm shocked.
I think True Crime
Genuinely shocked.
would have been like 2003, 4-ish time period. That would have come out.
So what you're probably telling me is that he was an actor before, and then when all of
Was
these
never an
viral
actor.
clips, he was just in it then.
He's just slow. Because he got famous on the Howard Stern show as like one of his fans, so he kept bringing them on. He had the Whack Pack, and it was just a bunch of people that had mental disabilities and physical disabilities, and just kind of made fun of them. That was early 2000s, people. That's what was going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess it was all right then. I
Hey.
don't know. Maybe it's all right now. Maybe nature's healing. Maybe those will be jokes again, right?
So him, Peter Dinklage, in Destiny. But I don't think he was in the full game. He was in the beta. Because everybody made fun of how shit he was. A wizard from the moon. Something like that.
Was he a ghost? Like
He was the wee ghost robot thing.
Yeah, it speaks
And then
to you.
they
I was
get rid
gonna
of him
say,
because he was that bad.
Really surprising. You just assume that actors are going to be good as voice actors, but
When they can't be arsed, it's a whole different thing, isn't it? When they're just cashing that paycheck.
I'll tell you who did have a smashing performance. You know that brand new game? Is it Claire Obsidian? Obscure Obsidian Expedition 33. Whatever that game's called, right? I really do want to play it. But Charlie Cox, the geezer that plays Daredevil, that was his first ever voice acting role, and like everyone's been talking up how good it was to the point where people thought that Robert Pattinson did it because like I don't know what it is, but I've seen online that he's done it, but I don't know if he gets credited for it in the game or like, I don't know. He's not mentioned it, sort of thing. He's just been very low key about it, but apparently he's had a very good breakout performance in that as a voice actor, and I'm like, that's my boy.
He was. Have you seen Kin? Kin. It's a bit like the.
It rings a bell.
It's like the mafia kind of thing in Ireland.
Yeah,
mate. He's.
I
good
don't know
in
if
that.
I've watched it, but it like I'm aware of it. I was thinking something to do with Ireland.
Aye.
Yeah, I mean he's fantastic actor.
That's on BBC iPlayer. Might also be on Netflix. I think maybe the first or second season's on Netflix, and then the rest it's on iPlayer.
Right.
Same way. Oh mate, that's another one. Quantum Break is Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. I can't mind his name. The Irish guy.
Can't really remember who Littlefinger is.
I can't mind his real name. But the guy for Quantum Break. Mate, did you ever play Sleeping Dogs?
I did, yeah.
Emma Stone. Remember her in it? She plays like the blonde chick. And there's the lassie you can take on like a few dates.
Emma Stone? The Emma Stone?
Yes, Emma Stone, mate.
What an absolute goddess.
Mate.
She's in Sleeping Dogs?
Yup.
What? Oh, wow.
Looks a lot better in real life than she does in the game, though. The game model didn't do her quite justice. No.
Oh, what an absolute queen! I'm curious to see what her character looks like. I'll have to Google that
Right,
after the
mate,
pod.
they've done our queen dirty. That's what I would say. And
Do yeah.
mate, musicians, 50 Cent. He had his own games. Remember, 50 Cent
Oh yeah.
Bulletproof on a PS2, and then Blood on the Sand on the 360 PS3. Which I think Blood on the Sand was the game that had like the most swearing. Like it
Really?
won an award. I remember because I used to get like the wee video game magazines when I was a wee guy, and it was like this
Yeah.
game has the world record for the most swears in a single video game, and I was like, my mum's never gonna
I
let
was
me
gonna
buy this.
say
I'm never getting it.
Grand Theft Auto probably saw that and was like, challenge
Yeah,
accepted. Let's make the most crude game ever, or even South Park for that matter.
probably South Park. I've still not played them yet.
Yeah. Have you not? Oh,
Nah.
mate, Chef's Kiss. It's one of the things, and this is probably a good topic for another week. Is like sequels that are arguably better than the first game, and there is probably a point to argue that the second South Park game could, I mean, they're totally different, but do you know what I mean? It's like I would say that's a strong contender for a sequel being as good as the first.
I didn't think Snow
But
Day was that good, mate. I thought it got bad reviews.
oh, not Snow Day.
What is it, the fractured booty hole?
Yeah, fractured butthole
Yeah.
always gets me. Uh, we've both played Cyberpunk, haven't we? Yeah, Keanu Reeves. I obviously I know Keanu Reeves, but I don't think I was impressed with him in that. I don't know what it was. I don't know if you were. Maybe it's because he was a bit of a dick. I didn't like him for the most part of the game, but I was just like, I was just very like meh to the
Um,
performance in it.
it's one of the ones I think I've spoken about it before, where it's like it wasn't an amazing performance where it stands out and you're like, holy fuck. But it's not a bad performance where it stands out and you go, that guy was fucking shit. It was
Yeah,
in the
I
middle,
mean,
it was serviceable, it didn't stand out, kind of thing.
yeah. I've not played the is it Edge Runners or whatever the DLC is because that's got Idris Elba in, right?
And the DLC's get Idris Elba, but I think Edge Runners is that the Netflix show.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. What's the whatever the DLC is called? But again, I don't know how. I'm assuming he's probably going to be better than Keanu Reeves maybe because
Hopefully,
people
mate, I like
you
Idris
don't.
Elba.
Yeah, I was going to say like people don't like DLC normally gets forgotten, but that's a DLC that people were talking about how good it was. So I'm assuming his performance in that is decent to say the least. Um, obviously, I spoke about it earlier as well, and it's got quite a stacked cast for celebrities, and that's Death Stranding.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's got
I
honors.
don't know all of the celebrities, but obviously Norman Reedus being the big daddy, and also Mads Mikkelsen
Mm.
as well. Geezer that plays Hannibal Lecter.
Aye, Mads Mikkelsen. Mate,
Chef's Chef's kiss,
Kojima's one of the guys where he just wants celebrities on his games. But, mate,
mate. That like
he kept
I
trying to
think
get rid
Kojima's
of,
so cool.
seeing Metal Gear Solid, he tried to get rid of David Hayter, who is like the voice of Metal Gear Solid for Snake. He tried to get rid of him at like every fucking game. He wanted rid of him. He's like, no, I want somebody famous. I want a famous actor in. I want somebody famous.
Really?
Yeah, mate, that David Hayter spoke about it and he's like, mate, the cunt just fucking hates me. Like, I don't get it. I
Oh,
don't know what I've done wrong. And then finally,
poor guy.
because mate, just when you said Death Stranding there, I remembered Kiefer Sutherland plays Snake in Metal Gear Solid 5. So there's another one.
I was gonna say my live chat educated me about the Metal Gear games, and they were like, "There's loads of different snakes."
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think they're
couldn't
all
go into it.
primarily played by the same guy, but then there's that one that's played by a different, or that he looks different. I don't know. I was like, "What? They're all clone?" I was like,
Like
in my
Venom
head.
Snake's 5. Solid Snake is what, 1, 2, 4. And then I think it's Naked Snake is 3. But then you get like the bad ones, so you get like Liquid Snake and Solidus Snake. Man, it's fucking. I'm not a pure big lore guy in Metal Gear Solid. I still need. I've only played
Mate,
3, 4, 5, and 1. I still got 2 to go.
there's too many snakes. Like, like that must be the laziest writing room. Yeah, what are we calling this snake? Like,
Just pick a word
I'm
out of
sure
the
it's.
dictionary.
I was gonna say I'm sure it does actually have relevance and purpose. I've just never played them, so I don't. I don't know. As an outsider, it seems confusing AF.
Hmm.
But I didn't realize that I've played a bit of Until Dawn, right? And obviously I mainly watched it opposed to playing it because when I played it, I was like, I've already watched it. I don't need to play it. I didn't realize Rami Malek was in it, and I don't know if like was he in that game and then got famous as an actor, or
Um,
was he just coming up? Because I honestly had like Now I know who he is because he's obviously quite, recognizable. But I was just like, when I was playing it, I was like, oh, like,
No, I think
I
it
don't know
was
who that is.
before. I think it was like on the come up. It was definitely before
Yeah.
the James Bond film. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
Same as like
Yeah.
Hayden Panettiere is in it as well.
Who's that?
She's like a wee hot blonde thing. She was like an
No idea.
actress in, was it like Heroes or something like that? Some like pure popular
Right.
American
Yes.
TV show. And then she was banging one of the Klitschko brothers, I'm sure it was. Because mate, she's like 5'2" and he's like 6'7". It's one of the ones you see the picture of them two together and you're like, hey, what the fuck? See if I can.
The another two that surprised me as well was, and I've played a little bit of Fallout New Vegas, but Matthew Perry was actually in that as well.
Mhm.
I think you said to me
Benny,
that
I think his name is. He's the one that shoots you
yeah,
at the very start of the game.
yeah, that like never. It's crazy when obviously celebrities are in games, but then like when you sort of go back and look at older ones and things like that, like Sean Bean is in Oblivion as well.
Sir
Again,
Patrick Stewart as well.
yeah, like I've not played Oblivion, so I don't know how big of a character they are. Well, it's probably just tiny cameos, but it's just I don't know, very interesting and a good bit of history.
Same as,
Um,
I think Matthew Perry, the reason he got New Vegas was because he was like a pure massive Fallout fan. And he like fucking like loved, I don't know if it was Fallout 3, but one of the Fallout games, mate, he was just like mad for it. And then they were like, mate, you want to be
yeah,
in the fucking game? Because like, Fallout
has it?
3, Liam Neeson is your dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say because on that like some of these have come like some of these celebrities in games have come from an article, and that was one of them in it. And yeah, like reading about it, he was like he was quite the gamer, and I was like, I just never expected him to just love gaming. Do you know what I mean? Like it always shocks you when you think of celebrities, and you think, yeah, they probably don't play video games. They probably do other things like maybe read books and
Yeah, mate, there
whatnot.
was
But I guess
somebody
they're
else.
normal as well.
I don't know if it was Terry Crews that was like pure into video games. I know he's in
He's in
Crackdown
Crackdown
3.
3.
Mm.
Yeah. He might, I mean, he might be, to be
I
fair.
remember he'd done a live stream with like his son building like a gaming PC.
Oh, is
I think
it?
he like streamed a handful of times.
That's pretty sick.
Man, I'm trying to remember.
But thinking of it as well, like as of a man that loves games, do you know like Henry Cavill?
Oh yeah,
Has he been in any video games yet, or does he just
don't think
like he's
so.
more so bringing them from a game
He's
to the
like
screen, shall
balls
we
deep
say?
into Warhammer. Mate, he would
Mm.
fucking hate us because we've disliked both Warhammer games.
And Henry, we are so sorry.
I
Educate
love Gen
us.
Superman. I've still not watched The Witcher yet because I prefer the video game one. But
Yeah, another one, and I was conscious of this. 12 minutes the game, and I think one of the reasons why I played and platinumed it was because it had quite a stacked voice cast or voice acting cast of like actual celebrities, and obviously Willem Dafoe's in it. But I didn't realize that he was also in Beyond Two Souls as well.
him and Ellen Page or Elliot Page,
Yeah,
I think it is now.
yeah, and I was like, whoa, dude, like, what can't you do? Like, yeah, I've um, I've got one more to wrap up on, and I'm surprised it's not been mentioned. I don't know if you've got any more celebrities you've
Tony
played with.
Bellew
Or has.
in Big Rumble Creed, the Creed boxing game. Is it that? Tony Bellew, the boxer.
Oh, what, the Evertonian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it him?
What do you mean? Is it him?
Is he the last one on your list?
Oh no.
No?
Why would Tony Belly be
I
the
don't know,
last
man.
person to wrap up a list?
I'm thinking that's
No
going to be like a
disrespect.
throw. Is
No,
who
I feel
else
like
have I
it's an
got?
obvious one as well.
Michael Jackson
Like,
from Michael Jackson Experience on the PS3.
oh, and I'm just gonna throw in Mel B for Mel's B Fitness here. Like, do you want to go bar for
Fantastic.
bar? To be fair, I'm surprised we didn't mention Jack Black in the whatever that game was.
Oh, Brutal Legend. Same with Ozzy
Yeah, Brutal
Osbourne's
Legend.
and that as well.
Yeah, but no, none of that. Mark Hamill in
Oh,
Batman.
the Joker. True.
As a joke, like how was that
Mate, he's such a
never
good Joker.
such a good one? I mean, it's a bit of a disrespect that we've left him last on the on the list, to be honest with you. But yeah, fantastic performance as a Joker, absolutely unreal.
But I think that's most of the celebrities I could think of whilst I was in work. I was like trying to like run through my brain like fuck, try to remember them all. There's probably some other ones out there. People in the comments will let us know.
Yeah, definitely let us know if you've obviously played any games or what video games you've played that have celebrities in or whoever your favorite celebrity is. What about was it Ronaldo and Sabrina Carpenter? What was that? Were they in a game together?
Ronaldo is
Or are
in
they
Fatal Fury, that new
Right.
game that's coming out. Sabrina Carpenter is in Fortnite. She got added like a month ago, I think, or something like that. But because mate, that was on my TikTok feed for a while. It was like lassies buying the Sabrina Carpenter skin, and then like meeting up and they like sing. Because mate, Fortnite's got all this shit where it's like you can sing and like your wee character starts singing, mine starts playing the drums, all that shit. The other one's playing the
When
guitar.
did when did Fortnite evolve? I was just trying to catch
Mate,
a
it's turned into a
victory
rock
royale
band.
with the boys.
Mate, Vin
It
Diesel.
sounds lit though.
Vin Diesel's in games. He was in The Wheelman, which I've got, but I've not played yet. I think mate, it's one of the ones I bought it, and I was like, this will be an easy platinum, and then it's like an 8 out of 10 or some shit. It's like a lot higher than what I expected. I was like, what the
For
fuck?
no reason, probably.
Aye.
Just made it hard for the sake of it.
Wheelman, Ark, and something else. Oh, Riddick, obviously. Vin Diesel.
Yeah, what we opened with.
And then The Rock is in Spy Hunter, which is a PS2 game, and The Scorpion King, if you remember the bad movie.
I do remember the Scorpion
It's like really
King.
bad
I don't know.
CGI. No, The Scorpion
Yeah.
King was actually a decent movie. It was The Mummy Returns or something like that. It had the bad CGI that The Rock was in. Anyway, not relevant. There's a Scorpion King game for the PS2. I own it. Rise of Akkadian or some shit. And I played it a bunch when I was a kid. So there's two other celebs. Vin Diesel and The Rock.
Bad games then. Oh, the last one was a bad game.
The last one was a bad
Or was
game.
it serviceable as a kid?
As a kid, mate, I thought it was hilarious to play. It was just so fun.
I
But
said that, probably not.
probably wouldn't hold up.
That's been celebrities in video games. And now I want to pose a question to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take some video games and turn them into movies. So what video games do you think deserve a movie adaptation and like you're like that is a guaranteed box office hit if they make that? I'm gonna let you open up this debate of what you got for me first.
I'm not going to say a box office hit that it's going to be like #1 worldwide. But I wanted a Splinter Cell movie. And they were making one with
Ooh.
Chaos Theory. And I'm like, mate, see if you just do like a really dark, gritty spy thriller kind of thing. Or else, see even Splinter Cell Conviction. It like plays like a fucking like Jason Bourne game.
Jason Bourne.
Mate, they could just do like Splinter Cell as Jason Bourne kind of thing. Mate,
Yeah,
I think it
just
would be
pure action.
I think it'd be amazing. Because I like that kind of thing. See where it's like, that's one of the reasons I like Metal Gear Solid 3 so much, is it's like you go in with nothing. And then it's like you're like kind of figuring out like, okay, I can steal a weapon here and kind of thing. That's why I like the Bourne movies as well so much, because he's got fuck all. Like, it's not as if
Yeah,
he's
just
going in
working
pure
with-
suited with hundreds of gear and shit like that. He's just
Yeah.
working with what he's got. And I think a Splinter Cell movie like that would work really well. I kind of think of like any actors though. I don't know who would do it well. Like a kind of old grizzled veteran kind of thing.
Old grizzled veteran. See, there's a new film out, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's got Rami Malek in it, and basically his wife. He's in the CIA. His wife dies, but he's like one of the computer guys, and basically it's just a spy thriller. But he's like, I want to get revenge. You're putting me into the field, and he just goes off doing shit. You said old grizzled guy, but I was gonna say maybe a little Rami Malek. 'Cause he does seem to like a spy thriller, but maybe we need.
Mate, I'm cool with like a
Maybe-
peak Sam Fisher going in. But I just think that idea, like the grizzled old veteran kind of
Yeah.
using his smarts about him. He's not got the movement that he used to have. He's not John Wick. He's not pulling off mad shit. He's kind of got to outsmart people. I think a Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
I just want Splinter Cell, man. If it's a movie, if it's a fucking game, if it's a book, just give me some. Ubisoft fucking forgot
Yeah.
that thing existed, man.
I was gonna say because they're all based on Tom Clancy, and he's an author, isn't he? So it's like the
Yeah, he's
material's there
gone.
to technically, like but the material's technically there to make something good. Because is it Jack Reacher that's also by Tom Clancy?
Yeah, Jack Reacher.
And that seems to do. I've not watched it, but that seems to be it's got
Mate,
a
the
couple
guy
of
for that's
seasons, so
fucking jacked.
yeah, he was in Blue Mountain State. Have you ever seen that TV show?
Nah, my dad watched it, but I've never. I don't even run. Is it a bit like high school NFL team or something?
Yeah, so it's like college football. It is probably one of the funniest things I have watched, and I don't want to say it's like an American versions of The Inbetweeners, but it's just like it's just a crude comedy, and it's just fucking hilarious. Like if you can watch it, just watch Blue Mountain State. It is the it's the craziest thing you'll ever watch.
You get a wee
That's
watch
my
then.
recommend.
On your
Yeah, my
recommendation, mate,
recommendation.
I'll watch an episode minimum.
You'll
See how it
probably watch
goes.
a few. Yeah. Right, I've got one for you, and I think this could be a box office hit. You ready for it?
Hit me.
Red Dead Redemption, the movie. You
Ooh.
can't tell me that that doesn't perform well. You cannot tell me that doesn't perform well.
Does it follow the story though, beat for beat?
I'm not the biggest expert. I'm going to sound like an idiot. I'm not the biggest expert on like Red Dead 1 and 2. I think probably Red Dead 1 makes a bit more sense. Whether you follow that story, I feel like it's a bit simpler to follow,
Mm-hmm.
should we say? But you know, you could chuck it into the universe. But I'd like if you look what maybe in the 60s or 50s, like Western movies were like the thing, and it's probably like superhero movies were the thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
We're obviously transitioning into a new phase now of what's popular. But it's like, is it like Clint Eastwood, sort of like
Yeah,
cowboy?
Clint
Do you know what I
Eastwood.
mean? Like it's just something that we don't really see nowadays. And I'm thinking, pump a lot of money into it. You got a good story, Red Dead. If you want to go off on a little tangent, do your thing. But the fans would love it, and just you're bringing back a western. And I feel like it's a genre that's a bit lost in time. I feel like it could really work for a modern audience.
Yeah, I don't like
Mm.
Western movies. It's
Why?
just not my jam.
I mean, I can't. I'm not saying this as a Western fan, but I'll tell you one thing: if it's a modern film, it's probably going to be a lot easier to watch than probably a black and white film with,
Either.
questionable effects. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm,
And like really cheesy like shootout scenes where they're just standing a few meters across from each other and it's
yeah.
just so over like, do you know what I mean? Like if it was done well, I feel like it could it could have the
Try
potential
try
to
think what
do
that
well.
trilogy's called because I've got it on DVD, but it's in the loft. It's like a fistful of dollars or something like that. It's like a
That got
cowboy
Scooby.
trilogy. I don't know,
Maybe someone
mate.
in the comments will know.
I decided to give myself a wee challenge because I like dark gritty films. So instead of just doing the same thing over and over again, I was like, I can only do that category once. So a nice comedy, family friendly, The Sims.
Ooh.
I think that could be funny.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah.
In the same style as like Barbie kind of thing, where it's either you're
Barbie
seeing the
Minecraft,
family,
like,
you're seeing like from the family that's either getting controlled, and it's like, oh, the lip you're bursting for a pish, but like there's no
yeah,
door, the door just randomly get deleted, and they're just like stood there doing the wee dance. Or else it's like the Grim Reaper, and he's like, this is the third person in the day that's died fucking drowning. What the fuck, you know? Or else you watch it for like it's like from the neighbour's perspective, where they're just looking at the window like, honey, they're doing all that weird shit again. What is going on with them? And it's like they're a Sims family. They're controlled by some fucking 8-year-old lassie that's just fucking about. I think the Sims could work pretty well.
I think so. It's one of those films where it's like it's not got any pressure
Mm.
to do anything, if that makes sense. And it's like if you're just funny with it, as you said, it can't really go wrong, can it? I mean, like,
Aye.
yeah, I feel that's a good shout from you, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a very good
Would you
shout.
go watch it?
Probably, if it's got Ryan Gosling in, then
Oh,
definitely.
Ryan
You
Gosling.
would have won my heart over already. I'd watch anything he's in. Next up, and maybe we could actually cast Ryan Gosling in this, is a Dead Rising movie.
Ooh. Kind of
And
like Shaun of the Dead vibes, like comedy.
yeah, like horror, but also a comedy. I think being stuck in a shopping centre, fantastic. Obviously, cool callbacks to is it Dawn of the Dead, sort of the
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
George Romero movies, sort of like you can pay homage and stuff. You can have a good horror zombie film, but then you can also have all of the sort of the quirkiness of Dead Rising and the funny
Mm.
things. The more I think about it, I've just thought about it on the spot now. But Ryan Gosling, like when that man's in a comedy, like he is funny, and maybe maybe pull in a bit of Russell Crowe as
Oh,
well.
mate. But the nice guys they were in.
The
Mate,
nice
that was a good
guys.
film. I've never seen it
Whoever
once.
work, whoever works for that studio, everybody wants the nice guys too. Like, there's one of the, I'm not gonna say the greatest film, but it's a very good film. Just like the comedy in that as well is good. So yeah, love to see those two take on a Dead Rising movie. I think
Right.
that'll be good as well.
I've got a bunch of honourable mentions, but I'll leave them till last.
Yeah.
This one, I've not really got like a story plot or anything, but Wolfenstein,
Okay.
straight 80s action. I want BJ Blazkowicz with like an LMG in each hand, just you know what I mean? Like Stallone, just like
Yeah.
shredded, like game. Whoever the actor is, just give him all the steroids, give him whatever he wants. Just like an 80s action, that's all I want. Over the top explosions everywhere, just that's all I've got for that,
Lots
mate.
of lots of explosions.
Yeah,
I mean,
muscles
yeah.
as well. You need muscles, explosions, and guns. I want it straight out the 80s.
Sounds good. Probably need a lot of cocaine as well, but yeah. So my last one before we get to honorable mentions, then, mentioned, we've kind of been and gone with the superhero, movies. It's kind of a bit meh sort of thing. Infamous. I feel like that could be an interesting kind of vibe. He's, maybe a
With
bit of an
Cole,
anti-hero
is it
movie.
Cole the main guy is in it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's an alternate perspective of things. Obviously, I guess it's difficult in a movie when a game has two pathways, sort of thing. What do you follow and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are probably burnt out by your conventional superhero kind of stuff, and I think very similarly to The Boys, the TV show, I feel like why that works so well is because it basically just takes the piss out of everything superheroes have done. So I feel like kind of just an alternate thing, but it could still be serious as well. And I mean, more often than not, when Sony are involved in turning something, whether it's a TV show or movie sort of thing, like it's got the backing behind it, so you'd probably think it'd be quite good or written well at least. But yeah, I feel like an Infamous movie could be kind of cool.
Right, especially if it's Cole. If it's Delson, then it would be kind of shit. But I'm thinking kind of like Punisher vibes with Infamous, where it's like
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
superhero. He might be killing bad guys, but he's not a good guy either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's doing bad shit as
Yeah.
well. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
so
a decent
I feel like
show.
I feel like that's what people like, don't they? Just an anti-hero. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Just
Some
not
people
afraid to
just need
get
a
shit
good
done.
killing, you know?
Yeah.
Why put them in jail? Looking at you, Batman. Just to let them back out on the street. So, mate, my honourable mentions, these were just ones that it was like, you would just rip the straight for the game. Like, just beat for beat, just copy it kind of thing. And I done Alien Isolation. LA Noir.
Yeah.
I think LA Noir would be pretty cool.
Yeah, nice detective classic. Yeah, that would be.
And I'm going to launch my phone. Oh no, it's cool. The notes came back. The notes just disappeared and I was like, this thing's getting fucking launched.
You should have written it down on your many bits of paper.
I should have done. Sky Hill. The game that I
Okay.
told you about. Just because the ending was so fucking class. I think that would be such a good film. Just him working his way down, fighting monsters. And then he gets out and the police are like, get back. And he's like, ah. And they just kill him. And it's like,
yeah.
he's a serial killer. Not a serial killer, but just a maniac kind of.
Mass. Yeah, I was gonna say, and like obviously each floor, as a movie, it can just be a complete change of scene. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
It could be like Dante's Inferno, where it's like the 7 stages of hell.
yeah,
kinda
like
like
just be
vibes
the
for that.
craziest.
Mate,
Yeah.
that could be a cool one. Metal Gear Solid 3. It's just a good game. Good wee story. And then Metro.
I was thinking Metro. I feel like I may have. I don't know if I said it on a live stream or something, but I've had the thought. I was like, there's so much material around like the Metro franchise, and I'm just like, how has there not been a movie? Like
There's a
it
good
has
few
all of
books.
the, yeah, like it's got all of the ingredients and backing behind it. Surely this would cook as a movie having a Metro, and you've got room for fucking sequels or whatever.
I don't think it would be.
Whatever else you want to do.
I don't think it'd be that expensive a movie to make either. Like, it's not like a pure big blockbuster thing where you need like King Kong fighting Godzilla and all this mad shit. It's literally just all set underground in the metros.
Yeah,
Like, just keep it
make
up.
it just
Don't do Exodus
nice,
and then
gritty.
you're outside and all that shit. Just keep it in the metros. Maybe he goes up and comes up at Moscow right at the very end and it's like, oh.
Yeah, at the end.
And you see the shot of the place just fucked.
And then that's, a bit like the first paranormal movie where it's actually like low budget in one location, done
Mm.
so well, and then bosh, you've got an entire franchise, and
Aye.
that's where the money starts pumping in from the investors. But my honourable mentions, I've only got two that I wrote down, but I did actually think of another one. Don't know how it would work, but hear me out. The first one I have is Pac-Man. I can't say I
Is
am
it a
the
Pac-Man movie?
I don't. Oh wait, is there? No, it was called Pixels, I think.
Oh,
I
is
don't know
that
if
what it
it
was?
was. I don't know if there's actually about a Pac-Man,
Pac-Man the
but
movie.
hear me out. Hear me out. Right? If it's been done, it's been done. Imagine the Super Mario movie or whatever it was that came out a few years ago, or even the Minecraft one. Just a
That was
light-hearted comedy kids film about Pac-Man. I just don't really see a bit like your Sims one. I just think it could work. Just
what is Pac-Man? Was he like just a guy?
I don't know. He just eats things, doesn't he? I think because there's obviously it was an arcade game, but I feel like they ended up making like an RPG game where like you actually went out and did stuff as well. Like I think there probably is a story behind it. You got Miss Pac-Man. You know what I
Aye,
mean?
he's
Like
pork.
there's yeah. So it's like maybe she gets kidnapped or something, and you're trying to fight off the ghost to save her. Like, you know what I mean? Very similar to the Mario movie. I've got. I think it's probably good to mention a Legend of Zelda movie,
I don't
sort
know
of a
anything about
animated.
Zelda.
Again, I don't know great amounts of detail about it, but I just again, if it's done right, I feel like people would really appreciate that. Um, Too long to turn it into like a TV series, I'd say. I think a movie would probably do it enough justice. And then just the last one I thought of off the cuff. Um, don't really know how well it would work, but Heavy Rain. I feel like there's a good story
Mm,
there, but obviously there's a lot of different pathways, which almost like Until Dawn, right? That's just
uh-huh.
come out. It's very difficult to pin a story point, but I don't know if you get the people that made it. Surely
Yeah, I
they
think the
can condense
twist
that
would
into
still work.
yeah.
I think you would need
Why
to.
don't
I think you would need to get rid of the female character. I think you would just have it as the dad, the detective, and the retired detective.
what does the lady do? I can't remember her.
Yeah, I don't even really remember much what she does. I mean, she gets kidnapped. Because there's a bit where it's like you go to a guy's house, and he's like, "Why
Yeah.
don't you have a little drink?" And you're like, "There's a weird thing at the bottom of the glass. I don't know if I should drink it." And I was like, "Drink it, drink it, drink it."
Oh
So she's
no.
like, and then it's like she wakes up in his like basement, tied up and shit, gonna get killed. And then she gives a guy a lap dance in the club to try and get like information at the guy or something. But she's like
Is she like a
she
private?
bangs the well in mine she did. She had sex with the dad. So it's like the guy's lost
Gee,
his son and he's like going through all this shit and he's like, oh,
was that his nut face or?
aye. That's how he climaxes, mate. Oh.
Jason. Uh,
But
but no,
get rid of her
I feel
and
like
you
it could,
just have it
yeah.
as them three.
Oh no, I'm sure she does. I'm a bit rusty on the overall story myself. To be fair, I played it when I was younger, but I'm sure she does have some relevance maybe to it. But I don't know, I feel like if you condense it down, chop it up,
Mm.
you could have a little thriller.
And you have the dad running the trials, going through all the shit, proving how much he wants to get his son back. You've got the detective. I'd maybe get rid of all the augmented shit with the specs, with the FBI guy. Get rid
Yeah,
of
I'd
all
maybe
that.
cut him out.
He's just like a detective, try to solve the case. And then
Yeah,
obviously you need the retired detective for the twist. So
yeah. I would maybe. Is it? Is his name Connor? That young detective with the. Well, he bleeds a lot, doesn't he? Because he does that augmented reality and pops pills. Maybe replace him with a woman. Give a woman a lead.
yeah, you could do.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure Twitter
Yeah.
would love that.
Anywho, that's been our, I guess, turning video games into movies. So make sure to let us know down in the comments what you would like to see come over from the video game world into the movie world. Because yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I feel like
interesting to know.
we done good. We get some good picks in there.
Honestly, I feel like we need to be casted in as producers or some shit.
100%.
However we get movies or. I guess like whatever Henry Cavill does, he's just got a passion. He's like, I
Aye.
want this. Let's
Just hit
make
up
this.
Netflix, just keep writing
Weird.
hundreds of ideas.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have
We're telling you we
you
want this.
played Heavy Rain before? That's what we're saying, Dan. Heavy Rain, the movie. Heaviest Rain.
That that movie. Yeah, the heaviest rain can be the sequel. The lightest rain to complete the trilogy.
Mate, I need to go back and play that. That'll be a 15-year platinum. Sometime this year. I can't remember what month it is. But mate,
Sometime
15
this year.
years and I was like, what the
That's
fuck? That's
crazy to
mad.
think about. The problem with going back to playing Heavy Rain is like it's got if you've played it before, then getting through the intro is such a slog, I find.
Mm,
Like it's a very like it's good when you've never played it, but when you have played it and you have to sit through it with all the architecture drawing stuff, chasing the kid, being depressed for a little bit, depresso espresso, like it's very like the first 2 hours is like, oh fuck, like,
mm.
and then it obviously gets good again. But it's
I don't even
one
know.
I'd love the replay, but I just start it and then just get too bored and stop.
Aye. You done Detroit though, didn't you? Detroit Become Human, you get the platinum for that.
Yeah, which is weird because I didn't have a problem at all doing or repeating Detroit, and I honestly don't know why. It's bizarre to me. Maybe the intro's less boring. You could
Mm.
argue, maybe. Don't know.
I always thought it was cool the way they done like the wee tree, where it's like this is the path you followed, and this is all the other paths that
Yeah,
it could have went. I always thought it was cool as fuck.
yeah.
But anyway, moving on. What we get
Moving on.
next?
Well, we've got something that's kind of semi-relevant, to me at least, and it's toxic fandoms. That's going to be our talk to wrap up the pod this week, and I think it's just I wanted to talk about my experience of a particular fandom, and then I guess we can branch out to further experiences, what we know of, and then just getting into some maybe death threats that people have sent to developers as well, but because of fandom's toxic. But I'll kick things off. As I mentioned earlier, I recently played DMC Devil May Cry, and the Devil May Cry fan base is, to be fair, like everyone that's come in to all of the streams, obviously some people have just dropped the comment, said this is shit, and left. But then other people have come in and actually liked the DMC reboot game, right?
Mm.
Despite all of the whatever you want to say, the flaws and stuff. But it, I was told that apparently death threats were sent to the developers of that game just of how mishandled it was, and I was like, well, everyone's hating on this Devil May Cry reboot game, and I'm like, I'm playing it. Bearing in mind I'm a casual, I hold my hands up to this. I'm like, I actually generally cannot see anything that screams like it's bad, if that makes sense. Like I thought it was easy to follow as a new fan. The gameplay was good, the loop, do you know what I mean? Like the story was decent. It told me all of the lore and stuff. But apparently to the die-hard fans, there's too much lore. They've overdid it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Parts of the Devil May Cry fandom seem very, very opinionated, and I'm just curious to know, like, are they just kind of flocking like sheep, sort of thing, of one like negative opinion about something they don't like, or is it generally true? Because I was like, okay, if everyone's hating DMC Devil May Cry, surely it panned on Metacritic. It's got an 86 out of 100, and obviously that's a debate for itself because we know reviewers
Mm.
sometimes come out of questionable things, normally rating things badly, like Alien Isolation getting panned. But I'm just like, sure, like it's performed well. Like I just don't see the logical explanation to why Devil May Cry fans don't like the game. And yeah, I guess it's hearing the death threats as well to devs from my live chat. I don't know, I just found it a bit bizarre. I was like, wow, I thought it was a good game.
Yeah, I don't remember the death threats. I remember they were getting like the devs a lot of abuse on Twitter and stuff like that because they changed Dante so much, like character
Mm.
design wise. And then there's like one of the bits. I mean, I remember people were fucking like furious about it back when the game came out. And it's like, I think it's on the first level, but it's like,
Yeah,
so
it
obviously
is.
like OG Dante's get the blonde hair, and it's like a mop. Oh, fuck me. A mop that lands on his head, and he goes,
Yeah, it's like a freeze frame, and he like
nah, it
looks, and
looks
he's like,
horrible on
ugh.
me. And then like
Yeah.
launches it. And it was like, mate, people were like furious about that. They're like, how dare they disrespect the original Devil May Cry? I think that was also another thing. I could be wrong on this. I think the dev team, it's a totally new dev team as well. I think like the original 4 Devil May Cries, it's like from Japan. It's like some
Mm.
Japanese dev kind of thing. Whereas DMC Devil May Cry, it's like an American company. I could be wrong
Is it
on that.
Ninja Theory? I think it's
I think it
Ninja
is.
Theory that did
Is it
it.
Ninja
They,
Theory?
yeah, they done Ninja Gaiden, so that's why everyone was like, we don't like the game, but the gameplay is like actually really good because
Mm-hmm.
if you played Ninja Gaiden as well, that has a very sort of smooth gameplay. So they're like, oh, that's the one thing they've done right. But like, I'm like, if the gameplay plays good, then like that's a good reason to stick around for a game. Obviously, if the story's shit, at least you've got the gameplay to fall back on. But I thought the story was serviceable. Um, but yeah, it's weird because, and the reason why I guess it's a bit of an extreme to say it's toxic, but it's like they really love Devil May Cry 1, and then Devil May Cry 2 was like the worst thing to ever come out. And then Devil May Cry 3 comes out and they're back to loving it again. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like the craziest up and down. And obviously DMC 3 and then 4, and then you got this reboot game, it goes down, and then you've got DMC 5 and it goes back up. And I'm just thinking, is the next DMC game that comes out, is it gonna sort of, I guess they're yo-yoing up and down between some good and bad, and I'm just
I
thinking, is
think
the next
they've
one gonna
only
be
had the
bad?
two bad games. I think it's only two, and DMC
Mm,
was the ones they didn't like. Like, I think
yeah,
they liked the OG. Two they hated. Three they loved. And then I don't really know about four. I'm pretty sure it's got good ratings though. And then
yeah.
also
But
DMC they fucking hated.
I mean, my question is the reason why they like 3 so much is because 2 was that bad? So then anything, if that's a dumpster fire, then surely anything looks serviceable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Or
mean,
is it generally like decent?
I think it's definitely a lot better than the first game is DMC3.
Mm.
But I don't
But,
know.
but yeah, it's I don't know. It just yeah. Everyone just seems to have the as I said, they just come in same opinion about the game, but don't really. They just say, "Oh, it's bad," and they don't really say why they don't like DMC Devil May Cry. I'm just like, I mean, you're entitled to the opinion, but at least I'm intrigued to know why you don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the whole thing of, oh, they redid Dante and all of this stuff, and I'm like, well, they actually poured a lot of lore into the game, but then apparently that's too
I
much
guess
lore.
also a lot of people don't even like play the games. Like I know, like my brother's bad for it. He's like, "Oh, that game's fucking shit," and I'm like, "Oh, did you
Mm,
play it?" No, no, but I seen this guy talk about it, and I'm like, "All right, so you never played it, so you don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about." You know what I mean?
yeah, I think that's more so my point. Just like it's easier to jump on a negative bandwagon, isn't it?
Mm.
Sort of thing, and just say, oh yeah, it's shit. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
they
done it
just,
with Death Stranding. Changed my mind though, because I thought it
mm.
was quite good.
Yeah, they just kind of
But
parrot whatever their favorite YouTuber says instead of actually
yeah.
experiencing it for themselves.
But mate, the thing as well is like when I played that Devil May Cry reboot, I actually looked because I had it on PlayStation 3. I actually looked back to like when I got my first trophy, and it was on release day. So
Ooh.
I've seen this game advertised on probably on the TV or whatever, and I thought I actually want to pre-order this game.
Mm.
So and I got it day one, and I was like, I don't know. When I played it, I was, let's say, an impressionable teenager, but that version of Dante in what 2013, that is just what life was like that cockiness of his character, that kind of playboy whatever, like that character was just the cool thing in like 2012 to what 2015, like that was just the thing. And
Mm.
it's interesting to look back at a time capsule of it, and I go, yeah, I mean, I can understand why people may have not liked it, but as a game that came out in that period of time, it's pretty much nail on the head of what people, I mean, that's what I liked playing as. Do you know what
Mm.
I mean? As a game, like it appealed to me as an audience. Granted, I'm the wrong audience, and they pissed off the original, fans, but also brought in a bunch of new people.
Yeah, because both of us, our first Devil May Cry game, well, so your only Devil May Cry game,
Yeah, my
but
only
like
one.
DMC Devil May Cry was like my first Devil May Cry game. And
Oh, is
then
it?
my pal, he was like pure into Devil May Cry, and he's like, no, 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 you need to play what, one, three, four. And I was like, right, cool. So then I played, like, bought the
This,
trilogy, played through it, and then, mate, actually,
yeah.
two, the reason I
Who?
didn't like two was it was just two. I played it on normal difficulty, but it was like really easy. The pistols were overpowered. That's all I remember. I just remember sitting there like pew, 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 shooting the whole time.
Yeah.
And you fight like a tank as well. There's like a boss fight against a tank, and it was just boring as shit.
Mm. Well, rest assured, I'm sure I've probably pissed a lot of people off with that opinion. I have purchased the 1 to 3 HD collection, and I will be playing and streaming that on the channel to put to bed what the best Devil May Cry game is. and I'm very confident I'm still gonna die on the hill of 2013 Dante. But I conscious I can't comment on it, so I'm educating myself before I comment any further. I would say though, I think I would have preferred to play a Devil May Cry 1 remake in the sense of how they've done Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Mm.
I think that's probably the next logical step, either DMC6 or doing that, because I don't know, I feel
Yeah.
like it could just be amazing.
My prediction will be that you won't like the combat for the trilogy. 1, 2, 3, you won't like the
Probably.
combat. 4, maybe you might not even like, but 5, you'll like the combat.
Yeah, I think 5, from what I've heard, I think 5 plays very similarly to to it, like DMC Devil May Cry
No.
in terms of like the flow of it. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit scared because I don't tend to play older games purely because I know they're a bit janky, the camera angles are off, the combat systems are a little bit whack, sort of thing. That's why like I never played Resident Evil 4 until it got remade. Because I was like, how am I fuck playing with tank controls? Like, are you nuts? Like, I want to enjoy the game. But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and then whatever happens, happens. I'll probably end up watching a lore video, loving the lore, and maybe not play the games. Who knows? But yeah, I'll work on it.
So you say like toxic communities, I go straight to like Rainbow Six Siege and like Call of Duty and stuff like that, where it's just verbal abuse kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because there's one side of that where like fandom's just very opinionated in their bubble, and then it's like the other side of toxic things where I hear that Siege is really. I've not played it enough. I can talk about Call of Duty, but like, how bad is Siege? Like, I've heard it's quite bad.
And there's a lot of people that talk shit on it, especially your teammates will talk shit to you. I mean, mate, when I was playing it on PC, I've got like a good PC, especially at the time, but the only thing was
Yeah.
I never had an SSD. So the loading
Right.
times weren't fast. And it's like you need to wait for everybody in the whole game to load in to the map before the thing will start. So mate, everybody's just, and it shows you like tick, like Leon's ready, tick, this guy's ready, tick, and then it's just me. And they're like, this fucking guy with his potato PC, fucking prick, vote to kick. And I'm like, guys, please, like, I really like Rainbow, please don't kick me.
I'm really good, I promise.
I'm good on PlayStation, I don't know about PC, but aye, mate. And just like people, aye, Rainbow Six was pretty bad. Same with Rocket League, but that's just more like, no, in fact, you can use, I don't remember voice chat in Rocket League, but I get called the N word once or twice on Rocket League.
Oh,
aye.
that's not nice.
Same with, in fact, UFC as well. That's one I didn't think about. I've brought that up before, where I get like maybe warning. It's like somebody called me the F word, or homosexual slur, and then I get a wee like account warning thing. They were like, "Don't do it again," and I was like, I get called that, mate. What the fuck? Because I remember I had the screenshot. I don't know if I posted it on Twitter. I was like, I'm the victim. What's happened here?
Yeah.
How the fuck? UFC's bad, but it's just like more people just want to stand and bang. So as soon as you take them down, you're just leg humping them. They don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try hard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Call of Duty, I would say was toxic.
Yeah, it's not really
before the
anymore.
party chat and Discord integration. But I mean, even saying that, when we've played Warzone recently, I mean, I think it's fair to say that, I don't know about you, but I kind of like being a little bit toxic because it's kind of funny to bait a reaction from.
Nah, I'm a good boy.
From
I don't
people.
get into it with anybody on Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, didn't argue with some people a few streams ago.
Never argued with a Frenchman a few days ago. Never argued with an Irishman the week before.
Yeah. You're collecting your infinity gauntlet of people you've argued with.
I just races that I know hate.
Yeah, but no, it's just one of those things where it's even like I was playing a solo game, and this guy died. Right, he had the most deaths, the least amount of kills. Bearing in mind this is casual Warzone, so nobody really gives a shit. But this guy was giving it all the talk, and he's died, and then I've died, and he's like mentioned like saying all this stuff, and he was like acting like he gave me like pinpoint calls of where the person was. Like, I was nowhere near him, and I think he just said, "Oh, there's a guy here. I've died." That was it. He didn't say he's coming to, like, none of that. And he was like, "Oh, like proper like tutting and stuff," and I was like, "Brother, you're dead as well." Like, I think I put into the chat, 'cause I don't play with my mic on. I just put bench players be talking like starters, and he went off. he just absolutely went off. He's like, "You was in my last game. You're giving it all of this. You're not very good." And I was like, "I just put first game question mark in the chat thing," and then yeah, it was just he was just going off on one. And I was just like, "You need to chill out." And then we both got brought back in, and then he died, and I was the last one alive. And I was like,
You
like,
spectating me yet again? Get your
yeah, do you
notepad
know what
out,
I
son.
mean? Yeah, literally. I was just like, it's crazy how like people can be so volatile and like they will just nibble at anything.
Mhm.
It's definitely toxic, but it's also quite funny
You get
at
out
the
with
same time.
Rainbow a lot, where it's like people they'll like die straight away, and then they want to like coach you, and it's like he's on your left, hold
Mm.
the corner, turn the corner. He's hiding in the bookcase, and I'm like, I don't know the
Brother,
fucking
shut
map
up.
well enough to know the fucking call outs, mate. Like we're fucking playing on casual, and he's like giving you all the call outs and stuff like that, and then it's like as soon as you die, it's just
Yeah.
fucking
Your
shit,
shit.
mate. You fucking shit. And I'm like, mate, please just leave me alone.
Literally.
But
Like, it's not
mate,
that deep.
aye. But that's happened on Call of Duty. That's what I started with the French cunt. But it was like you bought him back like 2, 3 times, and then it's
Oh
like
yeah.
I spawned, so I died, then I got brought back. I'm flying in, die instantly because they fucking see me. It's a tiny circle. They're just, pew, pew, pew. And then you lost like a fucking 3v1 gunfight, and he's like,
Yeah.
user sheet, and I'm like, hold on a
Yeah.
fucking minute. I was like, fucking unplugged my headphones, PlayStation mic, started getting him it.
That mate, that was the thing though, because I said to you, I was like, if we, because when we was playing the game, like me and Chris were just doing our own thing, and they were by themselves, obviously running in their own squad, which is fine, but they just kept dying and dying and dying. They died about like 3 or 4 times, like really early on, and then I said we lost the game. I think we got what like third place or fourth place,
Yeah,
and I said to Chris, I was like, if we had two teammates that weren't bozos and like didn't keep dying and stuff, like we probably could have won that game. But we was just like when you're playing quads on Warzone, you're just outnumbered. Like if you're playing duos or trios, you can kind of
aye, you can pull off
hold
the
yourself
upset.
off.
Aye,
But like in quads, you generally like and when you get to those final circles, like to win the game, more often than not, it is actually four people running a serious squad to actually get a win. But like, I mean, saying that, the game after though, we met some lovely French people um, that changed the tune and were
oh
quite
yeah, he
nice.
said thank you in English.
Yeah,
Very well
yeah.
done.
So
But mate,
yeah,
Call
she
of
was
Duty.
like, "Merci."
Aye, I was like, 'cause he kept asking me to bring him back, and then I
Yeah,
was like, I believe I'm owed a merci. He's like,
yeah.
thank you.
Oh, what do you remember? It was probably about maybe 2 weeks ago now when we first started playing it, and there was that guy, and he died, and he kept spamming
Oh
like the
yeah,
buy
that's fucking
station as a
annoying.
ping,
Mate, they did that
and
on
I think
Apex.
I think that's so toxic. Just like you're actively ruining that other person's experience because it's making a noise and you actually can't see because it like you know blocked
Aye,
part
look,
of the
pops
map.
up.
Yeah, and then they ended up messaging each other in the text chat, didn't you? And he was like, "Oh yeah, 1v1 me and shit," and he
Yeah,
actually left.
I got him to back out to 1v1, and I never I never took 1v1. I just wanted them at the game.
Yeah, but like they were sat there for maybe about 5 to 10 minutes, just trolling, just like asking to be brought back, and I was like, sometimes in a game, it doesn't make sense to buy somebody back because you're just going to risk your life to one buy back a stranger and probably two buy back somebody that's not actually that good or like
And you're
you're better
also
off just
ringing the dinner bell. You're letting everybody know I'm over here. I just brought
yeah
my pal back, and you can see the wee flare up in the sky.
yeah. So yeah,
But
it's
it's nowhere near
one
as
of those
toxic
things.
as COD used to be. Mate, Modern
Oh
Warfare
yeah,
2, Black Ops 1, that time period, Search and Destroy, that was, chef's kiss. Back when men were men, when you could give abuse and just,
it's not that deep, is it? It's just a bit
aye,
of friendly toxic. I say toxic, but do you know what I mean? And look, maybe nature is healing a little bit because we are running into these things in Warzone, and there's no malice to it. It's just a little
no.
bit of fun, right?
But I feel like it was the Wild West back in the day, and it was
Yeah,
fun.
100%.
Whereas now it's like you're 100% going to get banned. But mate, I
Yeah,
seen a
I mean,
thing,
it's.
and it was a guy on FIFA, and it
I
was,
was
I
about to
can't
say
mind what
FIFA.
the guy called him. The guy called him something, and he's like, enjoy your 2 week ban. I'm going to wait and report this like the day before some, is it like Champions or
Team of the
something like that?
season. The team of the
It's
season.
like an event that lasts like 2 weeks long.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm going to report it then. Like, fuck you.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
mate, you
It
just can't
happened.
talk shit anymore.
Yeah, it happened with my old housemate at uni. Somebody played FIFA, this geezer sent him just some absolutely disgusting message. I mean, it was pretty funny to read, but obviously it was like very venomous and bad words in it. And he's like, right, yeah, just gonna report that. The geezer gets banned. Like it's yeah, just don't be an idiot. Don't
Have you
send
ever
a,
reported anybody?
yeah,
Have
of
you?
course.
Mate, I've never reported anybody on
Can't have
PlayStation,
that toxic
Xbox.
behavior. I think I reported somebody on FIFA Ultimate Team because their name was it was something to do with like Mason Greenwood, and obviously like those allegations of
Oh
him.
yeah,
I'm saying allegations because obviously it's
it's pretty fucking clear what happened though.
but obviously things have moved on, and it was something to do with Mason Greenwood, and it was like I just saw it and I was just like, it's not even one of them funny FIFA names where it's like into your nan or something. Like it was actually something that was like pretty grim, and I was like, that's actually just like you're actually a bit of a freak. So I reported like you can actually report people on FIFA for like their team name, and I got the thing back and it goes, yeah, it's not breached anything. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like that was an absolutely disgusting name. Like, but whatever. Like you probably get banned for saying less as well.
Mate, mind the emblem editor in Call of Duty.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
reason you don't get
God,
that anymore.
there is a
People were
very big
doing
reason.
people were doing stuff
The
that
amount of
Kanye
knobs.
West would be a fan of. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of erections and stuff, mate. It was just madness. Because mate, there was like hundreds of like guides, and you'd like join a
Of how
game and
to
you'd be
do.
like, mate, guys, this is a work of art. Look at the veins on it. It's shitting and everything. Like one slower
It's
than the other
even
one. Like you're looking up the YouTube guide.
yeah, mate. It's even better when. Do you remember when you could actually put the emblems onto your gun
Yeah.
in Black Ops?
Did
And
you
it's
need
like
to
you just pick
prestige
up
the
some
weapon or something?
yeah prestige. You pick up the gun. It's just got a cock on it or something. You're like,
Aye.
oh, nice. It's a bit of spunk coming out of the end. Well, do you remember? I don't play it much now, but GTA Online. You ever played? Did you play that much
Nah,
at all?
mate, it was one of the ones where it's like people just kept fucking like ramming you, or else like I'm in like my wee invisible mode, and there's not invisible, but it's like they can't hurt you kind of thing,
Passive, yeah, yeah,
passive mode, and there's people just following me, waiting, and I'm like,
yeah. Waiting.
get a fucking grip, boys. So then whenever I play GTA Online, it would be like with my pals, but it's like invite only session. It was called,
Yeah.
so that's
I
what we
was
would
gonna
play.
say, is it toxic or am I just being extremely sensitive? But like, you would join a GTA online lobby and like when peak GTA online was happening, and you would just have somebody following you, killing you constantly. Like you couldn't do anything. There'd be like sticky bombs on your car. Like it was the
Sticky
ultimate
bombs.
griefing.
Mm-hmm.
Like and it was like it made no difference because they just got charged 9K, but then it's like your car's now gone, you then have to like respawn it and stuff. It was like just the ultimate, like it would force you to go into that passive mode where you can't be
Mm-hmm.
killed. So yeah, it's
See, to be fair, I'm pretty
it,
sure I've done it to people where it's like you can see them on the map that they're like in a shop, and you like result,
mm,
you like drive up, sticky bomb, and then you just drive away, and you just
yeah.
wait for your moment.
I mean, it's funny when you do it to your mates, but I don't know. Surely it should be also funny doing it to a randomer.
I
But I
see when
don't
it's like YouTube videos I've seen that's like the wee kids on like it's like a motorcycle that can fly, but fire
know. Oh yeah,
rocket launchers as well. I'm like, mate, what the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I left GTA when all of that stuff started coming in, way over my head. But I guess that's been like the online sort of, I guess, section of these toxic, you could probably say in quotation mark, communities. And going back to the, I guess, the more toxic things and I guess death threats that have been documented. The Last of Us 2, obviously the TV
Yeah.
show is showing at the minute, and I've not obviously I know what happens in The Last of Us 2 to an extent, but to my knowledge, there were death threats because of just how The Last of Us 2 was handled. That
So
then it's
it was the way Joel was treated, and then there was also in the game, people thought Abby was trans because it's a
right.
muscular woman kind of thing. So it was
Yeah.
also it was a lot of the trolling, and then especially say like the bad reviews kind of thing, like Rotten Tomato score was like
Mm,
fucking through the floor. It was more like political kind of thing,
right.
like we're like anti-trans kind of thing, or we're right wing kind of thing. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of like brigade it and just tank the reviews on it, more than people disliking the game. I dislike the game, but for a different reason, more like the story and how it didn't really
Mm.
make sense. I'm hoping to change my mind on it. when I replay it.
Yeah, replay it. I mean, that's the thing as well. It's obviously I saw the thing about Joel, and that's why I didn't play it because I wanted to play another game as Joel, sort of thing.
Mm.
You know, if I don't know. In my mind, the way it got marketed was you think it's going to be a Joel game again, and I don't know if it's going to another character. Like, do you call it The Last of Us 2, or do you call it like The Last of Us colon
Well,
something like as a spin-off sort of thing?
my thing was always that the way the story was told, and also like, so it's like you kind of like jump between Ellie and Abby, and it's like I
Mm,
don't like, she's just killed somebody that I really liked, and now you want me to try and
yeah.
like bond to her kind of thing and actually like her, which doesn't happen. So my thing was always like it should have been like a DLC, is like Abby traveling to find Joel kind of thing, and let me like, don't even tell me that she's going to find Joel. It's just her trying to find the guy that killed her dad, and then like maybe breadcrumb it in. It could be Joel kind of thing. Like, oh, is it Joel? Is it her kind of thing? But it's more. I actually really liked that they killed Joel. I think I've spoke about this before on the pod. I thought it was brave as fuck, but it's just the way they handled everything, and then also the whole
Yeah.
thing about forgiveness, where it's like I don't want see because the TV show's on right now. I don't want to say too many spoilers, but there's certain things that people let fly that I feel that you wouldn't let fly.
Mm,
Too much
yeah.
forgiveness.
Yeah. Well, it, yeah. I've not seen the show yet, and I've not played it, so I don't necessarily know. I mean, you mentioned as DLC though. Obviously, it's a complete shift up to it, but even if you played like I don't know half of the game, like you just started the game as Abby, just on that journey,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're faced with Joel, and then you have to kill him. Like I feel like that could have been an interesting way to restructure the story, and it may have worked a bit better. But then again, you want to play The Last of Us 2 to see Ellie and Joel, don't you? So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a weird one.
It's just
But
handled horribly. And then also there was the
yeah,
whole trans thing. Because I don't know if you know, Abby gets banged in a boat.
yeah, I've seen on TikTok. It's literally just like that Abby scene in the boat. This is way before the TV show as well. But like I would just hear like these. I don't know how they phrased it, but like it was like Abby boat and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck are people yapping on about? Like they were acting like really shocked and stuff, and I was like, what is? It's a game. Like it's how can something happen? And then yeah, I then saw it, and I was like, oh, okay. Where do we go from here? Like, you know. Yeah, I wonder if that'll be in the TV show.
Imagine it will be. There's some stuff that I've heard about the TV show where it's like not been handled as well as the game, which is a shame. Like one of them, it was
Mm.
the oh fuck, I can't remember what they're called. The scars. So it's like they communicate by whistling kind of thing. And
All
the
right.
first time you ever meet them in the game, it's like you're walking through a park and you just hear like I don't want to whistle because it'll fuck up the making, but it's
Yeah, yeah,
like it'll peak and cut it off. But it's like you hear like whistling and you're like, the fuck, and then you hear whistling again for like three different
yeah.
directions kind of thing, and it's like, mate, it's like a
Oh,
pure horror game kind of thing where you're like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not birds whistling, that's people communicating, and then it's like, phew, an arrow flies past you, and you're like, oh fuck, kind of thing. Mate,
Oh,
it's handled so well. Whereas I
that
think in
sounds
the TV show
really cool.
it wasn't handled that well.
It's you seen The Walking Dead with the Whisperers?
No, but I know of them. I know of them.
I've
I've not finished the comic books, but I've got the comics.
Yeah, like very similar thing. It's essentially people dressing up as walkers. Some of them think they are, but the way they communicate is obviously they do like whispering groans, and it's like again, you don't always necessarily pick up on it until you know about it. But then it's like you go back and watch something, and you're like, oh, they're actually like those groans. You can actually hear them saying things, and it's creepy as shit because they're
Hmm.
basically talking about we're gonna go kill them or like kill them. That like, so yeah, shit. I mean, shit like that's cool. That's like
Yeah.
peak horror, isn't it? But talking of things that have been mishandled, what about Cyberpunk and the release of that? Because again, that led to a lot of backlash and I think death threats as well
They get
towards the
death threats
devs,
for that
which
as well.
yeah, it's crazy that
I
people.
wonder what's. My thing is, I wonder what the class is like a death threat. Is it like me going, I'm gonna fucking kill you? Or is it me going,
I hope they
Hi,
die.
hi, Leon. I know you live at this address, and that your kids go to this school, and your wife's at the house between these hours. Kind of thing. Like, is it me saying I'm going to kill you, or is it me giving you like a detailed threat? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Unsure on that. I do have something to finish up on that is very specific like that. So
Ooh.
death threats like that do happen, which is kind of scary. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, of course, everyone's like entitled to their opinion, and don't get me wrong, like, firstly, death threats, that's not a good opinion. But like, Cyberpunk, yeah, it didn't come out well. It's like I was like, oh yeah, it's serviceable. Obviously, it was gassed up to be something a lot better than it was, but I'm not sending death threats. I don't understand. Like, I disliked it, sort of thing. Like, I thought this is going to be a lot better with updates. It lacks the polish, etc. I just don't understand how people get to this side of the bridge where they're like, yeah, fucking die. Like, just even a little tweak to say, yeah, that game was shit.
I've
Leave it
just
there, mate. That's
I've just remembered I might issue a death threat to Ubisoft regarding Assassin's
fun.
Creed 1 if it never had achievements. I might have done that on the podcast. So I'd like to say I'm sorry, Ubisoft. That was a wee jokey joke. And I mean, I agree with you too. Who in their right mind would issue a threat like that? You know, it's just despicable.
But I mean, it's one of those ones as well where it's like I guess there's whoever made this piece of shit. Like, it's almost like you're not targeting anyone, and it's almost like a faceless and also no follow through in a death threat. It's just like, oh,
Yeah,
they fucking hope they die. That, like, you don't mean that. I'm not saying you should do it, but it's like a throwaway comment, like they're so shit. Like, you may as well not be like. That's obviously not good or nice to read. But then obviously the actual things of like, I'm gonna fucking kill
like
you.
because I'm trying
Like,
to mind what game
oh,
it was that came out recently, and it was like they told the devs to hide the fact that they worked on the game.
was it Power World or
Nah, it
not?
wasn't Power World. Nah.
Because Power World devs got a lot of stick from the Nintendo fans.
Oh no,
Again,
not the Nintendo
oh
fans.
yeah,
Did they
I
send
was
it
gonna
in their
say.
death threats on like crayon writings on paper or something?
But yeah, apparently, obviously, Nintendo fans. I mean, I'm very passionate about Pokemon, but
Hold up,
I,
it was Assassin's Creed Shadows. I literally just remembered it as I pulled it up on my phone. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I,
I'm sure the devs get told to like hide the fact they worked on the game because there was so much shit with
oh
Shadows.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, but yeah. Again, like, I love Pokemon. I mean, I've not played Power World. It is definitely a copy and paste. Let's not get it twisted in that. But it's like, why are you so upset by that? If you don't like it, don't play it.
Aye, just move
Hide it,
on.
mute it, move on. Play the game you actually like.
Mm.
Have you got any sort of death threat things at all, or
Have I had a death
besides the
threat?
one? No, no, no. Well, I mean, have you? But
No, I was gonna say.
no.
I don't think
I was
I'm
gonna
big
say
enough to
like,
get a death threat yet.
oh mate, I'm gonna make a bot account and just leave one right comment. I
Mom, I
hope that
made it.
geezer. Well,
I
but
The only one I could think of was The Last of Us 2. Because, mate, that,
yeah,
that Abby voice actress, like, get fucking hit hard kind of thing. Mate, even now with
really.
the TV show, that Bella Ramsey's getting it fucking tight.
I don't understand. Like, just it's not that deep. Like, I get she's. Do you know what I think is actually the really weird thing here is, and I don't mean this as a disrespect, but obviously she's a bit different looking, isn't she, to Ellie in the game? And I think that's what people's gripe is with her as an actress. It's like it just doesn't look like where Pedro Pascal kind of looks a bit like Joel as an older man. It's like as Ellie, maybe like it's the casting thing, and I feel like people are really just riding home with that. I'm like, you got to chill. She's a sick actress. Like,
I think I see
I feel like
constantly
she's
as our looks.
yeah, which is a shame. Like, it's just fucking grow up. Like, if you're so good, you go act. But you're not. You're sitting behind on a TV screen or computer device typing something out. Like, yeah, it's a big shame. But I got one thing to wrap up on, which is quite a meaty one. And I don't
Ooh.
usually bring news articles to the table, but this is about Destiny 2. And there were two Destiny developers that worked on a collaboration with a streamer called, and I hope I get this right, Umaze. Never heard of them. Don't know who they are, but apparently some Destiny devs did some form of collaboration with this content creator stream or whatever. And as a result of that, death threats got issued. There was doxing that happened. There were racial slurs, and one of the people that was sending like these threats, they were actually using the same phone number. I think they were issuing threats and then doing things. Or sorry, how do I put this? The person that was issuing all of these threats online had a pizza delivered to one of the devs' house, and then they also sent a hate message. So obviously they've managed to find them because they've used their actual phone to order said pizza, right? And it's matched up. And they had a pizza delivered to the employee's house, and they indicated that they knew where this person lived, obviously by ordering the pizza, obviously where their partner lives, and they left a voicemail saying, "Enjoy your pizza."
Mate, that's
And
fucking.
I think that's possibly one of the scariest things that has come out of the bit of research that's gone into this. And I was just absolutely gobsmacked that because two devs did a collaboration with a person.
Is there like a controversy with the streamer or something? Is he like a political guy?
I,
Like,
I honestly don't know, to be honest. Like, I honestly don't know. I don't know who they are. But I mean, regardless, it's do you know what I mean? It's
because
the
there was
like
a
the
I was gonna say there was a YouTuber I used to watch with his gamer tag who was like one of the biggest Call of Duty YouTubers back in the day, and he was like one of the first people that ever get swatted. And like, mate, they would constantly send like pizzas to his house, and like, cause mate, he lives in fucking America, so it's like he told the story, and he's like, my wife's like, there's somebody out in the garden hiding behind the tree. He's like, what the fuck? So mate, he grabs his like shotgun because he's in fucking America. He's like walking down the fucking stairs. Then all of a sudden, it's like the fucking like lasers get put on him. And they're like, put the gun down, put the gun down. He's like, who the fuck are you? And it's like police, and he's like, oh shit.
oh shit,
So
man, that's got to be so scary.
mate, he
Yeah,
gets swatted and just constant stuff sent to his house. And I was like, mate, fuck that. That's why, see, when we had John Callum on as a guest, I was like, is that your real name? Are you not worried about people fucking hanging? Because it's like, mate, you see it constantly, people getting fucking like doxed and like swatted and shit like that. Except, mate, my
yeah.
YouTube channel and my PlayStation ID both used to be just like my full name. And then I was like, as I started getting more subs and stuff like that, I was like, this isn't a bright idea to just have all that out there, you know what I mean? Because I was always
Yeah.
of the idea, it's like, I'm not going to hide my name. And then it's like, when you see what happens when you don't hide your name, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
shit, K9.
Unfortunately, there's some people that take things too far sometimes, don't they? But yeah, I think the thing as well is that obviously I don't know if the Destiny devs acted in silo, but I would like to think that they did it, or they obviously did this collaboration, but it would have had to be run past Bungie. So it's like I don't think they would have worked with somebody that was really controversial. I did just Google the streamer's name, and somebody on Reddit. So take this with a pinch of salt.
It's
This is what
gospel.
they've said about the streamer. So he's been dubbed as a fake stroke toxic positivity streamer with a huge ego. I've seen this guy crop up in many Destiny related dramas on Twitter and getting angry because somebody teabagged him and used the word hamburger, which he finds offensive for some reason, which then led him to accuse a whole clan of hating on him, false reporting people in PvP, or insulting them on stream because they beat him. And then one of the replies is, how the fuck is burger offensive? I don't know the context behind that. But yeah, so I guess that's somebody's opinion about the guy, but even then, is it really that deep? Like,
Yeah, I googled his name because I found the article for back in like 2022,
mm,
and he's live streaming right now on Kick, so he's a Kick streamer.
yeah, I saw
So
on Twitch it was 10 months ago, and he's moved over to Kick, which is
that's where
something
all the
within
best
itself, isn't
people
it?
are in it. All the good ones are on
Mm.
Kick.
But I mean, this actually went to a sort of like a court case sort of thing, and Bungie actually won the like obviously these death threats and stuff. I mean, I think they probably got a fair payout of it. I think I saw something about 500k maybe about
Ooh.
regarding this, which is, I mean, would you accept a death threat for 500k? I guess that's the question.
I'd accept it for less. Man, give me a fiver.
Really?
What the fuck?
But yeah, that's make sure to let us know down below. I mean, have you? I think it's at some point in their life somebody's probably said something slightly toxic, haven't they? You know, if you
Aye.
play Call of Duty or a multiplayer game, no shame in it. Obviously, let us know your thoughts about any toxic communities that you've come across that we may have missed and things like that. Definitely interested to know your opinion, and make sure to keep it nice. You know, we're here to have a conversation, not a screaming contest.
Aye. Nice wee chat.
Yeah, little chat, little debate. Love a good debate.
Aye. So that's would you think time to wrap up then?
I think it's time to wrap. Yeah, I think it's time to wrap. I
Aye.
feel like it's been a good session today. Some very, very good topics.
Aye, interesting topics. In we want to tell the people you get in coming up.
I'm working on a Call of Duty Classic script at the minute. I'm just about to finish writing the British campaign, and then I move on to the Soviet one. So slowly chipping away at it, and it's one of those ones where in the past I've let projects sit for too long, and don't get me wrong, I have let the COD Classic. I think it's probably been 2 months now since I platinumed it. I have let it sit for a while, but I am actually writing a script for it. But it's more so I don't want to rush it, and I'm just taking my time and making sure that the script is good. And then I think there's about 800 clips of it or something ridiculous, so it's going to be an absolute mountain to pull out what I want. And I think I've been conscious in that when doing the script writing. So I'm more kind of almost storytelling a little bit, and then if there's any sort of like, I will see when I get to a section and there's like 100 clips on one area of me dying, I can then feed that in and say, this one here was the showstopper. That's kind of what I've done. Like, this mission was a piece of piss. This mission, however, I couldn't move for 20 minutes, like things like that. So yeah, just take my time with it. No timeline on when that's going to be out, to be honest with you. I think we said last podcast, you know, I'm definitely more so a streamer opposed to video creator nowadays. But yeah, I mean, still streaming most days of the week on Twitch as well now, alongside YouTube. So make sure you come and say hello if you don't already. Anything in terms of your projects you're working on? I'm hoping there's something soon.
Prison Sim, I've kind of started trying to organise the clips on, but I'm not like putting a deadline on myself. I'm going to try and stream a lot more.
Yeah.
Try and get some streams going, so keep an eye out for that. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you can't rush greatness, mate.
Aye.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm just not putting any pressure on myself. It happens when it happens. Like, chip away at it, go do something else, actually enjoy life, and then chip away.
So I feel like with videos, there's also like a certain window where it's like afterwards you just kind of go, like, it's scrapped. Because I've done that with CS:GO. I was like, I'll get to it eventually, and then I got to it and I was like, this is just too old. Well, fuck it, I'll just scrap it and then do it again.
That's the thing as well, like, you do definitely have to be in the mood to make things. Like, I have released like a fair amount of videos, you know, the past few months, and I think I'm on track. Like, every month I've released at least one, maybe two videos a month. So we've just gone into May now, so I'll probably pump something out, whether it's just a quick little thing or the COD video. Maybe the COD video will be out by the end of May. I'm not too sure, but yeah,
Hopefully.
I don't know. I've been decently consistent, but I've been doing like shorts as well a lot more. So I'm conscious. I'm kind of the Call of Duty thing now. A lot of clips, and I'm like, right. I normally just clip things when there's a trophy pop, for instance. And now I'm just trying to be like really concise with my clips. Like, is that a TikTok worthy clip? Yes or no? And I'm like, yes, it is. Clip it. So then it makes going through footage a lot easier. Obviously, storytelling wise, if I'm to make it into a longer form video, then it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, just been enjoying pumping out the TikToks. You may have seen them, so, and YouTube shorts.
I've seen the YouTube shorts. I've not seen. I need to follow you on TikTok then.
Yeah,
I'll do that. I'll do that right now.
Yeah, that it's really weird because it's just been Devil May Cry stuff recently, but the views just tick up really quickly and then it just stops. I'm like, what on earth? Like,
I think it's like it gets to like 300 and then it either promotes it or it just kills it.
I find a lot of them sit in like the high 700s as well. But like I dropped one earlier today. You'll probably see it, but it's normally like you'll normally get views on TikTok, but you won't get many likes. And this most recent one, last time I checked, had like 25 likes, and I was like, oh, that's like decent for me because it's normally like 2 or 3. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's interesting, but it's just another Another little thing. I'm posting them to Instagram as well, so maybe that'll go into people's algorithms.
All right. Well, keep an eye on that. We're both streamers now, and Leon's on TikTok as well. So we'll see you, motherfuckers, in the next one. Much love. Peace.
Peace.